Lincoln, Nebraska.
No.
What?
Lincoln, New Hampshire.
Oh, okay.
We
Didn't know there was a Lincoln, Nebraska.
There's almost whatever city you live in, there's another city in another state that's the same name.
Probably a lot more states with the same name.
That's what I said, almost every state.
Probably a lot more names. Like Lincoln, there's probably every freaking state's got a Lincoln in it.
That's what I
Oh, I
said.
thought you meant like another state would have a name.
I said almost every state has the same, has a Lincoln, has a Springfield, anyway.
That's why the Homer Simpsons picked Springfield, because almost every state has a Springfield in it. That way you could never really say where it was at. It's really the only Springfield that has a nuclear plant.
Which Springfield is that?
So, is anybody on yet?
9, it says.
Holy smokes, were you guys sitting there waiting for us to come on?
They're waiting all day. They gotta come on soon.
They're coming. So, today we did some riding. That's about all we did. We started out this morning about 9:30, our time here, which would have been like 5:30 at your time in the morning.
Well, unless you're on the East Coast.
Yeah. So we did, I should have brought the map in. Could have said what roads I went on. But.
So we went down the 118 from Warren to Lincoln. So who's on? Somebody's got a wrench. Haven't got that far yet. And then we went to the 112, which takes you into Lincoln. And then we took the 93 up to the 3, and then the 3 to the 302, and the 302 to Bear Notch Road, whatever that is. Bear Notch Road to Kingamangus.
And for a road that everybody says is the road you have to ride on, it's kind of disappointing. You know, basically, if you're in this area and if you love to hike, this is
Lots of hiking.
All this area up in here is great for hiking. Well, we're not hikers.
David's on. How about that?
So that's our first problem. Second thing is some of the roads that we cut through. What's the one road that cut through?
Bear Notch Road.
That was actually a pretty excellent road to ride on.
You like that one?
It wasn't, you know, no hairpin turn. I don't know if they consider this road out here, Kakamungi, whatever the hell it's called.
Kingamungus.
They have one hairpin turn. So I don't know if that's the thing that everybody says you just got to do.
Well, I think it's because there's just nothing for like 20 miles. It's just.
Well, first I was going to say it was really, well, we went backwards on it. So what we did is we went up and we went up where the clogged train is. And you talk about, give you a preview. Normally I don't tell you anything. To go ride the stupid train, they want $75 to $99. I don't know what the span is, why an adult can be somewhere between that price. She said, well, maybe it's because of veteran. I said, no, there was no thing as a veteran. It just said, I don't know if they're going by your weight or what the heck they do. Kids were like $46 and up.
46 to 75.
And then everybody said, well, you know, she could take the clog up and then you could ride up. No, it's on the other freaking side of the mountain is where the road is to go up. And that's owned by some private dude. And for a motorcycle, they want like almost $30 to go up on a bike with one person. And then you add the other person, you got to pay another $14 to get up. Screw them, I ain't paying to go up no stupid mountain. We've been on many mountains, and it ain't no higher than back in California. We got Big Bear, and I looked it up, and it's actually almost the same height, and we can ride up all that all day long when we're there for free. So they get none of my money.
My glasses today.
They're not getting any of my money.
How come I'm not getting any of the chats? There were a whole bunch on there. Debbie Trimble's on.
Make
Big
sure you're
Ben's
not on their Wi-Fi. I use T-Mobile was fine.
And,
so what we're using here is T-Mobile.
I know. She was mad that I wore this shirt today. She said, that ain't even a biker shirt.
Her seeds are popping, though.
Ramblin' Rome is on. And Kara's on.
Is this supposed to be my
She's
tea
in
here?
North Carolina. It's supposed to be. It's not very good tea.
We're at
there?
McDonald's.
She's going to be at Biketoberfest, she said.
You got enough sugar in
Kara.
it, or did you make it, just put the sweet in?
I put
really sweet.
some sweet.
It is kind of crappy tea.
It is. It's not very
Did
good.
you get it for $1 or did you have to pay $5?
Nope, because I said I got a Coke. I told you $2.50 for a large iced tea. It's only $1 for a Coke, so I went to the kiosk and ordered a Coke and got tea. Because tea's cheaper than Coke anyway.
We really just wanted the ice, so we could.
I wanted tea. I haven't had tea yet. I had a root beer. It was supposed to be Maine's finest root beer, but BJ's is better. V-Router is on. He says, hey guys, Cape Cod biker, what's up? So are you out here on this end of the town or this side of the country, I'm assuming? Big Ben says he's on. He says that I'm his sunflower. And Deb Trimble said she's been traveling a little bit. So where have you been traveling to, Debbie?
So that's what we did today. We probably getting close to putting 1,000 miles on the bike since we've been here.
Pretty good.
Doing a lot of riding. Yesterday we did put about 300 miles on the bike. And today we're probably about pretty close to the same probably again today. So not too bad.
Didn't seem like we went as far
but
today.
That's what I was going to say about this Cucamonga Crazy road that they have out here. At first,
Humongous.
we went backwards on it. So we came from the main side over.
It was probably better coming down the way we came than going up.
Because, well, first, up until we got to the top of the mountain, I was thinking, maybe that's why people said like this road, because it's actually pretty smooth. It wasn't very bumpy. Well, not until you went over the top, and then it got to be just as bumpy and crazy as the rest of it does, to where, your bike kind of...
Is that because of the big trucks going up and down?
I
it's like...
think it's the snow. I think it's the snow.
I was like, holy
I think it's
cow.
the snow cracks the
I thought we were
roads
just
and-
going to fall off the road.
So that kind of affects your ride in here, and you see that on the back roads too. There's potholes and stuff you got to really watch for. You got to really pay attention to the road, and then you got to make sure those crazy animals. We had a turkey stand on the side of the road looking at us.
I know, I kept hoping that there'd be a moose or something, especially when we went on the, we walked up, you know, tell them what we did?
Went and seen a waterfall.
Yeah. And we walked up and I thought,
That's
maybe
another thing.
there'll be a moose up there
If you
somewhere.
want to do that here, there is a lot of places. Like here, this one wasn't too bad. We'll show you on the video how far it was. It actually was a really decent waterfall. It was worth the little short distance we had to walk. Got some great shots there. And so yeah, there's a lot of places along these roads you can stop and you can hike, or you can look over the overlook. But I mean, see one overlook, look at it, they're all the same. They're just a bunch of trees. You're looking at it in a mountain on the other side, or a hill, whatever you want to call it.
Rex is on.
So-
Steve Ryder has a question. He says, in Sturgis Buffalo Chip, can you have a campfire?
Yes. I think we could.
I don't remember. I know if you go down to Bikini Beach, I think they have a big
But what it
bonfire
does
every
is
night.
it depends on, see what it is a lot of it can be on fire danger. If the fire danger is high,
They won't let
then
you.
nobody can have a fire, and you can do a propane fire. Like if you got one of those grills that runs off of propane.
We do. Did we bring that? Did we leave it at home?
I think I finally took it. I don't know. It might still be in there. I don't think I've taken it. Here, call the Buffalo Chip and see. Talk to the
It's
ladies.
on my phone.
Well, call your phone. You can call Buffalo Chip and find out.
David Eastwood's on. He says, hi, everyone. Greg and Gwen's on. Ryder X is on. Big Bennett says, you wish you were on your bike, but now 40 feet in the air babysitting. Are you an air traffic controller? I don't know what else he'd be.
40 feet could be 40 foot up in a building.
Yeah, so who he's babysitting. Jamie O's on. You need to ride the Pittsburgh to Pittsburgh, New Hampshire to see the moose. How far away is that? It's all got moose crossings every 10
Well, the guy that we're
miles.
staying with said, well, actually, they kept telling, he told us you didn't have to worry about your dog getting tore up or anything like that, but the neighbor's dog didn't die.
Yeah.
He's all right. He's mending, but he had a big German Shepherd, and the bear got him. I don't know if we didn't hear she talked to him. I don't know if the dog went to the bear and the bear just kind of slapped him around a few times.
He says he's an older dog. He said he's gotten a few bear fights, is what he said.
Because they said the bear's dog.
Oh, he runs a warehouse, and the guys are below him are his kids.
No.
He's up there saving his bubble. All right, Ryder X says his bike is ready today. Now he
Holy
says to
smokes.
pick it up
And I gotta go get somebody to take you
and
there
drop
and
it
get
off at the dyno shop. I know. Did you
Oh.
find a dyno shop? Because I
He
think
said he was.
Mike said.
I know I gave him the one, but he was going. I think he already. When I talked to him, I think he already found somebody
Oh.
else he's going to take it to. Something
Well,
closer.
anyway, their dyno's down for right now. They're like revamping their shop or
Who?
redoing it. The guy that I told him to go to, I think it was in Baltimore.
Call Buffalo Chip while you forget, and we forget that we were going to do that to answer that gentleman's question. You know that memorized.
No, I don't have it memorized.
So, well, she calls the Buffalo Chip, and so we're gonna have some videos coming up. Well, bad news is we were planning on maybe Friday night going down to the bars and hanging out and getting some video shots. That may not happen. Looks like here right now, when I looked this morning, is the temperature's gonna severely drop here this weekend. It's gonna get down. They're talking like Saturday, not night. Like 48 degrees is gonna be the high. So it's gonna be really cold. So we're gonna move to the other campground that we were gonna stay at, which
Hi there, this
we were
is
gonna go
Pam with
Friday.
Pam's Excellent Adventures. We had a question for you guys. We were wondering if you allow fires, like campfires. Nada. Okay.
Can you do
A
propane?
grill and no wood, yes. So it can be propane. Okay. It has to have a lid. Okay. Sounds good. We'll let everybody know. Thank you. Bye-bye. I don't know if she said Kathy or Carol. I don't know who I talked to. So anyway, that's the deal.
You just hit the truck.
I
The
hit
little
this
mark
at the-
next
I
to it.
know.
Well, you
Well,
hit that like 10 times.
give
So
me
no,
a
you can't
minute.
have a fire on anywhere on the ground,
Not
she said.
campfire. You can have it like a propane, but it has to have a lid. So, there you go. There's your answer. Big Ben. I think that's who asked. Jim Brown says, I think Tammy has new glasses. Well, I wore these yesterday because I had a purple shirt on. I forgot to change my glasses today. I don't know what color I would have got. I guess I got some brown glasses I could have brought.
Don't have yellow ones?
No, I don't have any yellow. They don't make yellow ones. I've looked all over the internet.
Well, somebody will be saying you.
If you find them, let me know. You told me to go to Baltimore, HD Shop. Okay, that's what I thought. And, but yeah, when Mike called, I guess he called them to tell them that you were coming. They told him that they had their whole like mechanic area shut down for however long, and they were redoing it all. So I guess you couldn't have went and got your bike dyno there anyway. V-Rider, oh, it was V-Rider. He said, thanks, guys. Lone Wolves on Wheels says, good morning, Bob and Tam. Where are you at? If he's saying good morning, it's 3 o'clock. Are you up in Alaska with Neil? V-Ride asked, okay, yeah, I see that. Oh, Richard's on. Hello, just heard Bob say Saturday 48 was going to be the high.
Here.
Just stay warm. I know.
So I don't know. Let me look at my weather.
I'm going to
here.
have to get my...
My weather's on here.
My long sleeve shirts out. They're under the bed.
Well, we're not probably going to be taking a motorcycle out. That's why we're looking to
Well,
maybe
still,
move.
48 degrees, I'm not... I did bring my winter coat, so at least I got that.
To, let's see what the weather
You go,
says now.
CJ says, did you guys go to Mount Washington ride?
No. We decided not to go because they charge you to get up the stupid road. It's a private road. It's not owned by the public. They charge you almost $30 for the bike with one person and another $14 for her. And no, I ain't paying for it. And it's really what we said earlier that we lived in California for 17 years and we used to ride up Big Bear all the time. And so the other night I thought, I'm just going to, actually last night or the night before, I'm like, hey, I'm going to look and see how tall Big Bear is. 6,800 square feet, or 6,800 square feet, 6,800 feet tall. That's the same as what the mountain is. So we've been higher than that. We've been in Colorado. I think she was saying it was like 8,000 the one we rode up to.
It was 82.
And so we have been,
was the elevation.
so, and for free. I didn't have to pay nothing. And the Big Bear's a great ride too, but you got to watch. Some people not experienced on motorcycles, they'll come way over in the lane. And the
And they go
road's
around
not,
the corner.
the road's not all bumpy like it is here.
And it's not very wide either. It's 2 lanes and 2 lanes. 2 cars go by, they're close.
So, but when the turns are at, they usually have another extra lane.
Richard
But, so
said,
yeah, we didn't do that.
Long Johns, I know, I didn't bring those. And I didn't bring my chaps either because they don't fit anymore. Ken Cope's on. He says, hi, Bob and Tim from Thurgis. There you are, Ken. We'll be there soon. What did I say? Today's the 15th, so in 15 days we'll be there. How about that? David Wilmot says, it's about 90 there in Tennessee. I'm sitting in the bar room with the AC on. I don't blame you. Yeah, it was weird because we started with our coats and we took them off. Then we put them on, then we took them off. Coming down that road, did you feel that cool air? I felt like there was like a blast of cold air that came up from underneath the bike. I'm like, where did that come from? But you're riding alongside of, we just called it a creek. Creeks,
Stream, probably.
whatever. And they're all over. So I don't know if when the wind blows and it blows across that water. He felt the water down there when we went to the waterfall. He said it wasn't too bad. Why are we breaking up?
No, I'm just trying to see. I was going to look at the weather, and then the
Oh.
phone won't update.
Bruce Neal's on. He says, are we having fun? We just got home from work and fatigued. There you are. Yep, we're having fun. We've been doing a lot of riding, so that's good. So probably, he said, pretty close to 1,000 miles we'll be putting on our bike here shortly. Where's your picture window? Says hi from Missouri. He'll see us at Sturgis. I was thinking about you the other day. I don't know why, because I guess we got the new stickers, and you always show me where you put your sticker on your trailer. I'm going to have to get a new sticker. So you can put it on your trailer too. You'll have the new and the old. Richard Bush says, oh no, Tam, too many golden corrals.
Oh,
They are
hey, we
nothing
got
around.
breaking news. There's a freaking Subway up the street here. First Subway I've seen.
No, when we went to the Walmart the other day, it had a Walmart, they had a Subway in there.
In Walmart?
Yeah, because that's why I said, there's your Subway you've been
I
looking
didn't see
for.
it.
Nothing. They've got nothing. Nothing. Oh, when we ate at this deli today.
Well,
And
the picture that I have for the thumbnail, don't go there. That's the bad thing about this out here. There's freaking nothing. When you drive through these towns, just like here, we've been on this ride. We did see one gas station. Actually, it's here in this town because we came through Lincoln to start with. But you end up doing about a 75. We did probably, I don't know, 100-mile ride probably in here that we did. And there was no gas station anywhere near there. Well, there wasn't. This is the off season, and then I don't know how many places closed up permanently because of COVID. I have no idea. It doesn't. And so there's nothing open. You pretty much eat at gas stations, well, when there is a gas station, or something like that. So we're looking along, and here's this place pops up. What was it called? Something deli.
I don't know. It was in,
I got it. It's on my
Brentley?
thumbnail.
Brentley?
I took a picture, but it's on this phone.
Okay.
And so we went in there's place, and first of all, there's a sign on the door that says can't eat inside and can't use the bathrooms. So we go in there. There's a little old lady behind the counter, and she got a mask on. So we already talked to a guy outside, got giant St. Bernard, and he had already ordered food, didn't know that at the time. So we go into the place, and we go back to where this old guy's cooking food. Not a really old guy, just a bald-headed, kind of old geezer guy. And, not like somebody 80 years old. I don't know how old he was.
he
but
was probably our age.
Probably. But maybe older. I think he's probably getting close to 70 probably. So we're like standing there, and the guy's not even looking at anybody. So the guy behind us, we already kind of talked to him outside about his dog, and I said, I guess this place, I don't know, the guy's very temperamental or something. I said, he said, oh yeah. So I figured, all right, just gotta wait your turn. So
One thing at a time.
yeah, and you don't talk to nobody till you get that done. And if by chance you forget to ask for something on your,
Forget it. Because the guy that had the St. Bernard, he ordered like 4 hamburgers. He must have been taking them back to work or whatever. And the little old lady came back and she says, here. She's like, he wanted ketchup and relish on this. He says, no. He said he wanted them all plain. And that's what he got. And she's like, I know, but he said he forgot to ask for ketchup and relish.
and he knew this guy too by name. It's a local.
Opens up, takes off the bun, squirts on the ketchup, squirts on the relish, shows it down, gives it to her. He's like, don't leave. And so then he gives it to the lady. She goes back. So then, well, she wasn't a piece of cake either. I got a root beer in a bottle, and it looked like you needed a bottle opener. So when I walked up, I said, you have a bottle opener? And she said, yeah, and you do too. I thought, she said something, and I think that's what she said now. So anyway, she gets all done, she rings me out. He's like, I said, do you have a bottle opener? And she's like, yeah, your hands, use your hands. And I'm like, it's a twist off. And I'm like, well, you could have said that. You didn't have to be a smart aleck about it.
So we decided just to be safe, we'd order the hamburgers. So I'm standing, I walk over kind of to the end of the counter, there's like a bulletin board or something I'm kind of looking at. Well, I see the buns are coming out of the toaster type thing. It's one of them things like Burger King's got where the burgers come through, but it's free, put your bread on. Well, it's kind of burnt. And the guy's kind of looking like, I'm like, which one of us is going to get stuck with the damn burnt bread? He picks it up, he throws it in the trash can. I said, well, at least we don't get the damn burnt bun fight over that.
And then there was a guy that ordered after us, and they just ordered like a chicken salad sandwich. And he walked around the corner. I guess he wanted to wipe his glasses.
Not the guy that ordered the food.
Yeah, the guy
went
that
around
ordered the food. So, and I mean, I don't know.
Well, I
Doesn't look
think
like a kitchen.
he asked if he could use the sink right there because they had no paper towels, no napkins. All of them were empty. They were like COVID. I don't know. They should have just been
Crazy.
closed.
COVID crazy.
And so he asked the guy, "Can I use your sink?" And it was right at the end of the counter. So he wasn't in the kitchen. So this is what the old lady yells at
The
him.
old lady comes around the corner and she's like, hey, you, get out of the kitchen. Get out of the kitchen. And the guy's like, okay. He walked around the corner.
And he pulled he had like a little triangle. He was trying to clean his glasses. That's what he was trying to do, was get his glasses. He must have bug or something on. He was trying to clean it off.
So we went outside and I said, is that your husband in there? And she's like, yeah. And I said, he just got scolded. She's like, for what?
They didn't even eat their sandwiches outside. They got on their bike and rode away. He said, F this place. So there was a bunch of Canadians pulled up, and they took all their chaps off and their coats off and all this stuff, and they're standing there. And some of them were speaking French, so I didn't know if they could speak English or not. So I heard finally somebody said a couple words in English, and I'm like, I just want to let you know, there's no place to sit in there. They won't let you use the bathrooms. And it says a double on the door. Our bathrooms are not open. And that means you too, not open for no one. It's like,
Well, they had like chairs blocking it. I saw when we came out where the bathrooms were, they had, you know how when you don't want somebody to come in, how you put a chair up against the handle? They had chairs like
I
that.
almost was gonna go up there, but I decided I didn't want to screw with the lady. I was gonna say, isn't it state law if you have a restaurant you have to have bathrooms?
I don't know.
But I mean, every dispenser. Then they had lemonade in this little machine in a little glass thing like you buy at Walmart or something, and one with tea in it.
No, iced coffee.
Iced coffee.
Coffee's huge up here.
So I'm walking around and I'm thinking, where the heck is the freaking ice at? How are you gonna have iced coffee if
There's
it's
no
just
ice.
warm? Well, I look in one of the refrigerators, all these little cups with ice filled to the top. It says only for lemonade or only for iced coffee, only, no exceptions.
Don't touch.
I'm like, this is a fun place to be in. And then the guy came to deliver. Well, I thought he was delivering candy, but he had boxes of eggs.
Oh,
it's
did
kind of
he?
weird to have a candy guy with eggs.
And he was from Barry, Vermont.
And so he opens up. It must be they make him load up through the back door. Well, it must have been a bunch of crap in the door. He opened the door and said, "Son of a!" He was cussing over there.
Was
You
he?
didn't hear him? He already had to wait for the Canadians to get all out of the way.
'Cause they
Well, the
were blocking
Canadians
the door.
never even went inside. They went around the back, peed on the back of the building. I at least waited till we got down to the, because if you're up here riding around, you can stop at all these little not rest areas,
Well,
but
they're like
hiking
scenic views.
hiking places and all this. And they all got pit toilets, so there's plenty of places to stop and use the bathroom. You don't have to
Just gotta
pee in
know
the
where to
woods.
go.
You don't have to pee in the woods.
So Richard Burke says, oh no.
Oh, dog got a tick on him the other day. I don't know if he said that or not.
No,
There's
he
ticks
didn't.
here.
Yes.
Not as
Well-
bad as Missouri, but
He's kind of got a sty under this one eye, and always had. And then the other morning he woke up and it was like, "Geez, you got a sty on that eye," and I kept trying to mess with it, and he just wouldn't let me. So then that night I said, I looked at it and I said, "That's not a tick, is it?" Because it was right on his eyelid, and it was. He ended up pulling it off, and he got it all out. So I don't know. It was crazy.
he's got to stay out of the weeds now.
Greg and Gwen says, "I love older people because they crack them up."
I should have got this all on video. We didn't think about it. We didn't even bring the camera in there. That would have been a good one for, use it as a blooper.
That's what Richard Brooks says. I don't understand, Tam, how they can hold a 10-day bike rally and no restaurants for the bike event. They're very independent in this. There's a
Well, they
couple
just don't
restaurants
care.
in town, and they're closed on this day and this day, and rally, no rally, they're closed on those 2 days, and they're not going to open.
Yeah.
So they're
And
just
it's
going to lose all
like-
that money.
Well, I guess they don't care. I don't know. So it's like you're stuck. Well, see, the problem too is everybody's scattered around. Unless you're in Laconia, which probably most of the people are eating at the bars there downtown or along Lake Street or whatever the hell that's called. There's a few bars down there. There's some roach coach trucks, if you know what those are. Those are like food trucks. There's a bunch
A lot of corny food.
Yeah, there's a lot of, so probably a lot of people are doing that. I don't know if High Octane, the Broken Spoke, if they had food, they probably did. I didn't see it. I don't know.
We ate at Bentley's. That was pretty good.
Yeah. So
Not cheap, but it was a good
yeah,
food.
nothing's cheaper. It costs us $25 there for
Two hamburgers.
Two hamburgers from a
The
Greasy
deli.
Spoon.
And they did have home cut French fries, but you should have cooked them a little longer. They were a little.
Crunchy.
No, they were floppy. Mine were all.
That's good when they're nice and soft.
I like them a little
Softies.
more crunchy. But they were homemade. They were hand cut.
She likes them hard.
Nice. So, who else am I going to see? David said, when is the Mount Rushmore auto ride day? It was supposed to be today.
Mount Rushmore?
No, Mount Washington.
Oh. No, that's on Thursday. The ride to go up there was going to be on Thursday because I said I didn't want to go on Thursday there because I said I didn't want to end up fighting with all the people up there. Now, I don't know if that day, if Harley's picking up the tab. I doubt it. But, I mean, nobody said nothing about this.
All
Not
the people that
one
told us to
person
go.
told us
I
that
was
going to
thinking,
cost.
I wonder since they've got it paved all the way now they're charging.
I don't know. Has anybody ever ordered there before and it was free? No, but it's always been private land.
I don't know.
So-
I don't know what to tell you.
But no, it's not. We ended up met a couple. They watch this video and was talking to them. We actually
From
seen them in a couple
Iowa.
different places, and that's what he said. He had to pay. It was like $50-something by the time it was $39 for the car, and then another $15 or $18 for his
They charge
wife.
per person.
And then that's
Per
what he
car
said.
and
$50.
then per
He
person.
said they were the fifth ones that went up this morning, and he's like, it wasn't worth $50 to drive up there and look around. Now they said the wind wasn't very bad. It wasn't that cold up there. And but I mean, there's nothing up there, so you just
Well,
go
they
up there.
worked there at 9, so it was probably as cool down here as it was
They
up
said
there.
you couldn't really see; it wasn't as clear. I mean, you can see the clouds up here. Look back there, which right here doesn't look so bad, but back there it looked like it was going to pour down rain.
It was dark clouds, so.
You'll see on the video.
So Big Ben says, sounds like prison. RV Biker 18, I like Adam Rugg better. It was easier to say. He says, hi, Bob and Tam. CJ said that would have made a great video. Would have videotaped those older people in there. Deb Jewett says,
I got to look at my video. I might have an excellent girl for a thumbnail today. She was coming down the trail and talked to us.
What campground are you all using? We're not staying at a campground.
Well,
We're
we are.
staying
No,
at
the
a
next one we are.
subscriber's friend.
Next one we're staying at.
It's
Silver Creek or
no, Scenic Campground.
yeah. It's just
It's
down the
in
street from where
Warren,
we're
too.
at, so we're not getting any closer.
No.
But I mean, it's the same price. It's like $65, but there's no. You didn't have to stay so many days. But actually, when we leave, we're better to be up here because we're 50 miles closer to our next stop.
Yeah. So I was gonna. text
So I don't
you.
know what we're gonna do. Well, tomorrow morning, I'm hoping it doesn't rain long enough that we can go down and see the antique bikes at the mall. They're gonna have a ride for those.
That's down that way too. I have to
Yeah,
come back down
I
the
know.
road again.
No, is it?
I think so.
Maybe we'll go by there on the way out. We'll look up the mall and see where it's at.
Well, it's at the other end. We're at this end now. Jamie O said clean restrooms. I don't know. They wouldn't let you in. I have no idea if they were clean or not. Bravo 1234 says, hey, Bob and Tam. Jack Campbell's on. He says, oh, that's what campground he's saying. Bravo said, Stinkin' Lincoln. That's where we are.
Now we do have a great, one of our subscribers here would set us up if we came back, but unless we can find a place here that's gonna put us up for free, a campground or something like that, we're not coming back. It's just, the views aren't here. Well, I did find out, Amazon Adam had a great video the other day, and I found out he's giving away his old drone. And maybe we should do that, and we're looking at a new drone. And
we gotta
mine's
go
a
talk to
Maverick.
Mike.
Mine's a Maverick Mini, though. It's a little bit better than the Walmart one he's giving away. Well, he didn't show no picture of it either. That was like, I can't believe everybody's jumping on wanting to get his drone. Well, he never said where he bought it. He never said that was a $250 value. I don't know what he paid for it. I don't know. The new one he got, I'd never seen.
That's the Maverick Mini 2, isn't it?
That's what he has now.
Yes.
But remember his first one broke. He took it back to. Oh, that's right. He took it back to Walmart. And Walmart gave him another one.
Oh.
And
But
it
it's
has.
funny because he did show me the footage. He says, look here, look at the footage. Look how clear it is. It looks really nice. And then he says, and then you look at my video and it's all grainy and everything. So I don't know where the quality goes from downloading
It depends on. Well, see, I don't know how he's downloading it because he normally edits on his phone, and so now he's got the Maverick Mini. So it does put it on the phone. So he may be using his phone to fly the Mini, and then it's in the phone already. That's probably what he's doing. He's not probably putting it on a flash card like we do. So if you see him, we had a lot of trouble with the stupid GoPros. End up changing the flash cards out. We'll see if that works tomorrow.
He was not a happy camper last night.
And I wrote on there. I wrote it on Facebook and told anybody that do not waste your money on a GoPro. They're the biggest pieces of junk that's ever been made.
Well, and then you look at Charlie from NH. He's having trouble with his Osmos.
Yeah, but I want to look at it. I don't know what problem he's having. And well, now he thought, when I talked to him, he had a live last night. And he thinks maybe it was a bad battery that he had.
Well, we had one, didn't we? Have one that leaked?
Yeah, but it wasn't bad. It just leaked. You got to watch when you charge those things.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to end up probably ordering more batteries because we may have to start using
So
the
they're all
Osmors
saying
more.
they always charge. So I guess they always charge to get up the mountain. But see, nobody told us that, and he thought it was
Well,
going to be
for a
free.
reasonable price, for $20 on a bike, I would have done it. It's like going out to Custer. For $20, it's worth a ride. Well, Custer's got a lot more things to see than going up a freaking hill. But I mean, normally, what we look at, just like here, we could have went today and watched races for free. The antique bike races today. So I blew that off thinking we were going to do the mountain and do this great ride today. And really, I wasn't overly, see, that's what I tell people. We've rode on a lot of roads around the United States. You know, there's some great ones in Utah, there's some great ones in Colorado, there's some great ones in Sturgis, Missouri's got them, California's got them, and then when you come back out here and people just say, oh, it's like Tail Dragon. I really don't want to do the Tail Dragon because I don't want to tell a lot of you that think that's the greatest ride in the world, telling you it's nothing. It's just another ride. It's okay.
I think you'll like it, because it's more like
know.
Iron Mountain, I think.
I don't know.
I think
And
so.
I don't know.
I wasn't sure about
But
up here.
but like here, everybody
It's
said
pretty.
this park
Very
that we're
pretty
on
up here.
right now, they said it's the road everybody comes and sees.
The ultimate place you got
It was a waste of riding on it. I enjoyed riding the 3 way more than I enjoyed riding this Cucamonga crazy road,
Angamungas.
whatever. Cucamonga.
That's Rancho, you're thinking.
Rancho Cucamonga. Yeah, we can talk a little bit of Spanish.
So Debbie Jewett said that when they go to George's and Meredith, Laconia at Rochester, right down on Route 11. And then Gwen says she likes them hard too, not floppy.
So it ends up being that, well, see, most of the campgrounds here want to charge you, like, there's a couple of them, it's $65 a night, but they want at least the full rally. So you're still spending close to $600 to stay in the campground. Well, I'm not going to make $600 here. We might not make $300 here. Other than some of you that have actually given us some money into Patreon. Other than that, the videos aren't doing very well. 3,000 or 4,000 views isn't $20. And so we've got to look at, when we look at all these rallies now, is we look at what's feasible. We're retired. So, it's like I said, I don't mind, I'm not looking to get rich, but I didn't want to be in debt, especially now with the gas prices. That's why I said next year we may be cutting back to, I'm not even sure if we'll do Daytona or not, what.
David said, you're lucky they don't charge you to come back down too.
Yeah, it's surprising.
So, Open Mind says, give us a thumbs up if you're on and watching, give us a thumbs up. And then CJ and Debbie all said they've always charged. Big Ben says, what's the plans for today? You've been on since the beginning, Big Ben.
So yeah, we don't know what else we're going to do today.
Don't forget to support your local 81.
Yeah.
There are a lot of them out there.
Yeah, they had some booths down here too, down on, oh, they were on the other side, by the movie theater,
Yeah.
the drive-in.
There was
they were
some
on that
down
side.
on the Beach Boulevard too, in Weir's Beach there was some.
We don't normally say anything to them because they always, this time they didn't do it, but a lot of times they're like, hi guys, how's it going? The blue one? No, my blue one's on this side.
All right.
Blocking you in?
Oh,
What's on the ground?
a vape, his vape pen.
Oh, you might check these guys over here. Did you check them? They look like bikers. They look like bikers.
Tom Holmes
Of
said
course
60 degrees in East Ireland. So the guy we're staying with goes to Ireland every year. He used to
We
work
met
over
some
there
people.
for 20
We met
years.
some people from Ireland too.
Yeah.
Oh, they were born in Ireland. They're Americans now.
I am.
Or
So
six.
that's Tom. So Tom's on from Ireland, and then David Cooper is on from Wales in the UK. How about that?
So I would like to go back down to Laconia today, but I don't know if we're gonna have time because we wanted to. Charles is it Charlie? Charles, NH.
Oh, Charlie from
He's
NH.
having some trouble. He had trouble with his live last night, and I told him I'd come over and look at it and show him how to do it.
I didn't know if he was coming here.
He's got a motel now.
I
Well, he
know.
was saying he was talking about the ride, but I didn't want to invite him because we're almost all the way up here already.
Yeah.
I don't know how far it's from here.
To where he's at.
Yeah, from here to.
He gave you his address on
Yeah, I
there.
didn't see it.
So
I got any internet yet.
ride the notches. Yeah, that's what we did. So that Crawford notch, I thought that was pretty. When we came down and all that green, and you come down that mountain, and then he liked the bear something notch.
So there's been, it's really neat up here. There's
So
times
they
you-
said that's the ones you need to ride,
Yeah,
which
so-
we did.
So those are really nice, but I mean this is a long way to drive, not across the United States, but just from where we're at in Warren to go all the way up there just for those couple of little roads. They weren't that long and they weren't impressive. I mean they were nice. I liked them. They were fun. You could really get in there and do some weaving back and forth, and they weren't too bumpy, so it was okay. And but I mean it wasn't. Everybody told me that I was going to come here and it was going to be like the best riding in the world.
He said it's just as good as Sturgeon's.
It's not.
So Bruce Nelson said that he uses his G GoPro 7. Seems to work fine, but he says some have a cheaper knockoff that also works great he uses, but he's not vlogging like we do.
And that's the problem that we do because that we turn the cameras on and off a lot, on and off. Because if you put it all on a thing, on one reel, then I've got to look through all that crap to find what I want. And sometimes...
So we're turning ours and off all the time.
Yeah, so when we're doing rides like this, it's not planned. So I don't know for sure. I'm turning mine on and off up front because it's so I can find those clips instead of having to look through the whole stupid video to find what we do. So normally, like when we go to an event, I know what I'm filming. I don't really necessarily know what she's running around filming, but I know what I'm getting. And I normally, what I film is what I plan on using But once again, we only put.
I should tell him before he gets done editing, because then we'll get all done and we'll get in bed and I said, oh, did you put this part on? He said, I didn't see that. I didn't know you did that. I said, well, yeah, it was right after the, he doesn't
But see,
know.
a lot of times, like I tell her,
Sometimes we
when you do an
split.
interview, turn the camera on with the person's face in it. But if you turn it on and it's facing the floor, then when I'm kind of looking, because they're little teeny weeny thumbnails that you get on the computer.
But if I
Apple's
do
this
that
small.
and then turn it on, they've already said like
Well, no,
four
you just
sentences.
say,
You
hey,
"Wait a
I'm
minute,
getting ready
wait a
to
minute,
wait for it
wait
to
a
come on.
minute."
And that's what I do. I turn it on. I say, hey, wait for me to tell you that it's on and it's going, because you want to wait a few seconds, because GoPros sometimes will be a couple seconds behind on the sound. The sound won't pick up right away. So.
David Wilmot said that Tail of the Dragon's way overrated.
And I think it is. And I think it'd be a fun ride. I'm not saying that it's going to be the worst ride that I've ever rode, but I just don't think, it's kind of like here. They said this was going to be some of the best riding I'm ever going to do.
I'll have to try
It's
that
not.
road.
You go down to the Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri, or down in the Branson area, and there's some great riding there. We filmed it last year. Just went out to the campground, and it was some nice rolling hills and stuff. You went through some woods, you went through some nice little hills, no mountains, but I mean, it was nice riding, and it was enjoyable. This was enjoyable riding. It's not, other than the road bumpy as hell, the way the bike wants to slide off the side of the road. So you make sure you lean in.
It almost looked like it was waves. Like I thought it was from big trucks stopping.
I think
you know,
it's more because it's got a lot of, well, that and they put a lot of tar when they try to seal up the cracks. And normally we ride on that, I never feel it. And it's almost like they got like a little hump, because when you put your bike on it, it kind of goes up and down. But I don't know, maybe it's because Arizona and California gets so much hot that it
just
melts the
seeps
tar
down
down.
into the
And here
hole.
it doesn't get, the 100, I don't know if it gets how hot it gets here, but everybody else is hotter than hell.
So we'll have to try that. King Cope says they paved the new highway over Monument Bridge down to Keystone. So it's paved now. So I guess maybe it wasn't paved before. So we'll have to check that out when we get out there. Ken, thanks. Remind us again. Big Ben says he's young. He's always hot.
But see, like it's like the Black Hills, and we'll do some of that. But we're going to do a lot more talking this year on the rides in Sturgis, because it's going to be
We're going to
before.
ride a little and stop and then talk
Yeah,
about
we're going to tell you what we like, and we're going to take you through some subdivisions and show you how great just riding through a neighborhood that's not even 20 years old yet. It's got great curvy roads. Now, some of them put speed bumps up, but I mean, you don't do 50 miles an hour, but I mean, you can get in there in 25, 30 miles an hour, and there's some nice we actually just cut through this subdivision because we missed the road, and it was like, holy crap, this is really a nice road for being in a neighborhood. And so, as I said, in the now I'm just talking in the Black Hills, that it's almost like every road you can touch is a good ride. Now, not all of them are. It's like Spearfish Canyon. Spearfish Canyon's not the greatest road in the world either, but pretty much once you get to the lodge, it sucks after that. Because it doesn't have hardly any curves, and it's pretty straight, and not much to it. But to the lodge, you got a couple nice turns and stuff. But if you get behind a bunch of cars and stuff like that, then no, it's not that enjoyable. Von Knocker Road coming back from Nemo is excellent. You come down that hill, if you got no cars in front of you, nice sweeping curves. You can pick up to about 65 to 80. I like that. And this one wasn't bad coming down the hill here on
going way too fast.
Cucamonga Crazy Road here, coming down that, coming the opposite way, coming from Main side this way, coming down that hill. It was okay. It wasn't. I wouldn't have drove here to ride down that hill. But I mean, being on the highway.
That's why I said I'm glad we came this way, because it was better probably coming down the hill than it is going up it.
Because going up the hill wasn't really that curvy going up when we went from the other way, from Main up. So then if you came from the Laconia side coming down, it's pretty straight. Maybe, look at a baby choking. It's that cheap milk you're having to buy.
There's no formula. Anyway, RV Biker says Tail of the Dragon is nice, but the Wolfcat Gap in Georgia is better.
Now see, we want to try the Maggie Valley stuff. And I've seen some stuff, and it's kind of like here. This I do like waterfalls and stuff. I just don't like to walk a long ways to get to them. I like to ride my bike down the trail, and that would have been nicer. But so that's kind of neat. There's a lot of waterfalls here, and to me, when I first started riding this today, it made me think of Pro Bass. stores. How you go inside there and they got all those, you know, there's a stream here almost on every road you ride on. There's a nice
You
stream
look
on
to
the
the right or
side.
the left, there's a stream on
and,
one
and
side
that's
of it.
nice. I do like that too. That's kind of neat. It's all got the rocks, and it's this waterfall went today. It looked like you could drink out of it. It was so clear all the way to the bottom. Now the funny thing is, we're not seeing any fish or anything in any of these streams and stuff, which is kind of weird. And so I don't know. But I mean, we're not in the water
Or we
looking.
can see three-eyed fish.
Yeah.
So, where's your picture window said, the real tale of the Dragon Adventure is to pull your trailer through it,
Oh, I
which
bet.
I'm sure he's done. And then our Rider X said, go through a severe thunderstorm. He went through it. He didn't realize that they were on it.
Which is any curvy road on it. I'm not a big motorcycle guy. Now I have rode in the rain, but I don't prefer to go down windy roads with the rain, because if the cars haven't gone down it a lot, all that, well, see where we're from in the Midwest, oil comes up through the ground from the cars and all that stuff, and once it's rained a little while, it's all cleared off. But when it first starts to rain, so if that rain's on the road and, you know.
That's actually a question on your driver's ed test.
Yep.
So, see where Brookfield is. Debbie Jewett said we could stay at her house.
I don't have any internet.
Oh.
If you go, your phone's the only thing that's going to have internet on it.
Okay.
It's just T-Mobile. The internet here at McDonald's, it always sucks. It don't work. My
It's free,
AT&T's no
though.
good.
You get free
Verizon
internet.
doesn't work here. So we're using my T-Mobile phone, which only had 70% left. So
Well, thanks, Debbie. We'll check
we'll
that
check
out.
that out.
And
Well, you could just ask her, how many miles is it
how
from?
many miles is it from Laconia?
From the,
Where's Beach?
yeah. That's kind of a central area, you know.
So,
Because that's what some people said, well, why don't you contact some of these campgrounds and see if they'll put you up.
there you go. Mark Barstow says, I've been on Tail of the Dragon and Iron Mountain. Trust me, Iron Mountain is way better.
So I said, I've never seen, that is my favorite ride. And we have a really good one out in Arizona. If you ever get out to Oatman, it's called
Sidewinder.
Sidewinder, and it's 8 miles with like 250 turns in it, some jackknives, also some asses in the road. Not this kind of ass, donkey ass. Yeehaw.
Burros. They're
Yeah.
called burros.
Yeah.
That's what they call them out there. Don't call them donkeys. They don't like
Yeah.
that. The people in the town
Well,
don't
it's the
like
same
that.
thing that
Not the donkeys. They don't care.
there's no such thing as a buffalo either.
It's a bison.
That's right. And I didn't know that. And when we were out there in Custer, they explained that to us. If you don't know about it, it was the soldiers that called them buffalo because the
Buff.
sound that they made. Yeah.
They made the buff
And
sound.
so when they came over, because I guess they came over from, I don't know if they remember if it was Australia or where, and they brought them over here.
Or Spain. I don't
Yeah.
know.
And
Somewhere.
so then the
weren't
name
native.
was bison, is what they're really called. They're not a buffalo.
So,
That's your-
Ashnut Pepper must have just got on when we rode the Mount Washington Auto Road today.
Not gonna do it. Too damn expensive, and I don't go for tourist traps.
Rod King's here. He says it's 99 down there in Orlando.
Oh, that's the thing we're worried about now. Who's all there in the Midwest? What's the temperature supposed to be next week? We're going to be
David.
traveling
David's in
there.
the Midwest.
We're going to be traveling across there, and I seen this morning they got all these. Chicago had like 80-mile-an-hour winds and stuff, and tornadoes and all kinds of crazy stuff, and it's in the high 90s, and we're pretty much staying places that have no electricity. And I sure don't want to run that generator at $6 an hour.
But you don't mind our 2-hour
What?
lives? Brian says, I like how you don't do long, gummy, boring videos like others do. But I said you don't mind our 2-hour lives.
Well, I try to keep it to be. Well, we want to. If I ever get
Between
time,
8 to 12 minutes.
when I ever get home
Keep
and we
people's
start
attention.
working on videos, I'll start.
That must be your stride. Like something's sticking
I
like
need a
straight
refill.
up. I do too, but you're in the way.
Hop on up. Should I go to the iced tea machine? Oh, my back.
We'll be right back.
After station identification.
Oh, maybe you
Let's say,
should sit on the
beep. This is the Bob and Tam Network. Tell them back right now. Commercial. I don't have nothing to sell today. Dakota gauges. Have you ever thought about owning them? So hey, I'm going to do another video on them real soon too. I'm really excited about it. I found some new things about it that I didn't know. So it's really neat. And I think it even keeps track of your miles per gallon. I'd seen it. It flashed up. You got to keep hitting the button to see all the different things it does. So it's kind of nice. It's got the temperature on it. Tells you what the temperature is outside, and it's actually the same as what the bike says. But the bike only sees it when I'm on the map mode. And so that's on there. It's got the oil temperature. It's got the amps or the voltage. I love that. So it tells me it's 14.2.14.3 versus a gauge or a light that's coming on. You have no idea what your charging system's doing. Rod that we're staying with, he's had nothing but trouble with his bike right now. He doesn't know, I think he thinks the stator's bad on it. But I mean, he went and got a new battery, that didn't fix it, and so if he would have had a voltmeter in there to where you actually could see the voltage, he might have seen a problem happen before he started it. I guess you can sit on this side. So,
Yeah, pour it in your cup. And put as much ice in.
so
Switch sides. A little too sweet for me.
let's see what I was talking about. Oh, I was talking about my gauges, that's what I was talking about. I can see the tach's nice and big, because now my bike really likes to run over 2,000 RPMs, whatever gear it's in. And then, so the speedometer's a lot easier to see now.
I can see it.
It's
And I see
got,
how
like I
fast
say,
he's going
it's got
on
the
those curves.
clock in it, and it's got a bunch of neat stuff. So I gotta go look at it more.
We gotta
and
fix the clock though.
Yeah, it's an hour off, but it'll be an hour right next week.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be
Then I gotta
great.
figure out how to. I got it flashing, but I couldn't get it. You also be able to do it on your phone, and I haven't had time to do it. I was gonna.
Hasn't had time to play with
We
it.
haven't had any time even really to talk to the vendors. We're supposed to go over there.
Where?
Dan Kite wants to just to do start doing some videos for him, and we gotta. I was gonna go over there and show him how to work it and everything. And it looks like I'm looking over here, and I'm actually looking over there. You look like you're looking over that way too. This is the camera here.
No. I just feel it looks like my pad's crooked. I don't know, because it's just been jammed in the back of the bike. Any advice on editing a video?
Yeah.
RV Biker 18 or Adam.
Well, what I look at is I can't edit on my phone. Now, Amazon Adam loves to edit on his phone because if he keeps his clips in right, he can just cut them, and then it puts the dissolves and stuff in them where they think they need them at. But I mean, when it's this small, I can't fool with this. Now I use a computer. Now, there's a lot of softwares out there. I like to get everything out of my phones. I don't like to keep all that memory in there. Now, we have all the footage that I've ever shot is on hard drives. I got about 10 hard drives now from us starting. And every couple of months, I got to get a new hard drive because of the
He's
editing.
got so much stuff.
And there's other people. It's kind of like the professional monkey. He does very little editing. He pretty much turns his phone. He only uses a phone. He pretty much turns it on and off. Now I don't know what he edits with. I don't know if he even edits anything, because most of his stuff is, you can see it's in his garage. It's the same scene. He's got the camera in front. I think he turns it on and off. And we know another guy that used to do YouTube. He still does YouTube. He's a pretty good. I think he's got a couple hundred. Maybe he's got 300 now. Robert, Traveling Robert.
Oh, well, so does
and he,
Adam the Woo. He only
yeah.
uses his phone.
And so yeah, there's a lot of people that use their phones to edit and shoot. But see, what a lot of people do is they know what they're going to do, and they turn it on and turn it off, turn it on and off. Then all you got to do is you're done. You put a beginning on it, and it goes. So it depends what you can do. Now, see, with us, that's like I always say. If I was at home like the professional monkey, I could make better videos because you're in a controlled system. To where if he did the video and he's like, oh man, this sucks, he can go right back out in the garage and he can retake it again. No big deal. With us, if we end up right now that we took all this clogging train going up the hill, and let's say I lose it all. Well, it's gone because we're not going to drive all the way back up there tomorrow and reshoot that. You're just not going to get to see it. And that does happen. We've lost sound before. When we're doing some of these professional editorials that we're doing now, instructional videos, the one with Adam, there was a couple times that if you watch it, that I wasn't looking at, she didn't have her camera completely on Adam, and I was moving my camera, so you see about a second or so of him talking, and the camera's not really on anything. It's moving. So, because I can't tell what she's doing and what I'm doing. So, and same thing with the ferrying, it happened like that too a little bit, a couple times, because you can't predict what you're going to take.
Big Ben.
And
you had to go.
now most of my videos, my instructional videos, are actually not too bad to edit. I'm real good at syncing up the voice and with the mouth movement and stuff. So if she's filming it, I can kind of get it together, and then I can pick. Usually we're putting lapel mics on people now, so it's a lot better. and I don't get so much other sounds around it. And so she's got her mic, and the reason we do 2 cameras is in case I don't get it, my mic goes dead or something like that, she's still got the sound. Or if her sound goes off as the main one, we have it as a backup camera. So
So Tim says that road was always paved, it was just really rough. Bruce says, along the Mississippi River, roads are not straight anywhere. Iowa, Minnesota, Washington, or Wisconsin. We used to live in Illinois, so we used to do
ride on the-
157
yeah.
Riverside Avenue.
Oh, we used to have the ones that went down in the Alton and stuff.
Yeah.
There's some good rides along there. Missouri's got some good ones along the rivers. As I said, we've rode on a lot of great roads, and I think that's the problem. Not really a problem, but we've done so much. You know, we've rode in Missouri, we've rode in Illinois, we've rode in California, we rode all the way from California all the way up to, and then now we go to these rallies, we do Texas and stuff. Texas doesn't have that great a rally, but if you're up in the hill country, it's better. It's not excellent, but it's better. But I mean, but I guess we're different because we've, not everybody's lived in a couple different states across the country from one end to the other. We haven't done really much East Coast stuff. Now, when I look at Florida, Florida sucks. It has lousy riding. Myrtle Beach sucks. It's got nothing there to ride. And
Unless you go 5 hours away.
you know, people say, well, you know, like Florida, oh, it's neat to ride along the coast. Well, yeah, if you've never done it, yeah, go down there and ride in Florida, and you'll be like, okay, that's good. I'll
We've
never
never
do that
ridden
again.
really in the Everglades.
Yeah,
They
we
say
did.
that's
We rode across there. When we rented that bike that time, we rode across there.
I think we did it in the car, but I don't think we did it.
But there's nothing there. It's just straight across. It's like going to the Keys. You know, do you really want to spend 2 or 3 hours on a straightaway with water on both sides, riding a bike?
Rafting says the heat in St. Augustine's is brutal. I know, we're going to go across the Midwest, and they say it's going to be insane.
So I don't know what next week's going to be. I don't know. Nobody's wrote down there whether next week it's going to be.
So
in the Midwest.
David, are you still on? What's your, oh, he's in Tennessee.
No,
How
that
hot
wouldn't
is
really
it
tell
there?
you.
Oh,
It's mainly Illinois. We're running across the 90.
yeah, up north there, so. Arizona from Humboldt to Jerome, to 89 in Arizona. We rode down, what was that? That was like near Sedora. We came down some mountain. It might have been the 17, I don't know.
That was a good ride
really
too.
Pretty.
And I mean, it wasn't challenging, but it was just a nice ride. You had same thing. You had a stream running along the side, and you had a few turns and stuff, and it was nice. And so maybe I'm just fortunate that I've been able to ride on some really great rides, especially in California. No matter what anybody says about California, California has some great riding on it. You can get out there on the 1, same thing. You get up on the 1, you get up around San Francisco and up, and it's jackknives that you're going to be hitting. Like I said, there's a part that we ride from San Francisco up to Humboldt. And it's a 200-mile stretch, and it will take you 8 hours to ride your bike. And there's one place to stop. Well, you can stop all the way, but there's only one town in between there.
That has one gas station, one restaurant.
And we had to push
and
cows
one
off the
church.
road. I want to do it again, but I wanted to do it with Art because she can't do that long a ride. Yesterday, I about killed her.
It was a long day yesterday. It was nice, but it was, yeah. Because the ride, because for a, what do you call it, a guided ride,
Yeah.
for a planned ride, I don't know, whatever it was. You know, usually you have to still stop and all that, and then that's what he said at the beginning. I heard
We
him
did
say,
stop
no
once
feet down.
for
Did we?
one,
Yeah.
because they were doing maintenance
Road
on the road, and they
construction.
turned the sign. So it wasn't, if the police would have been in front of us at that time, they probably
probably
would
would've just let
have, we
us go.
probably would have got in right away, but because with the bikes. But I mean, we all got to go. I mean, nobody got broke up. Nobody cut in between us. We pretty much stayed. A lot of people pulled over, and then they were stuck. Like we were at the one we were waiting to go for. There was a truck right in front of us, and it's only one lane. So the truck wouldn't move because the cops had pulled up right next to him. So finally the cop pulled up and said, just go. You know, the lights are not to pull people over,
Yeah.
it's to stop the traffic. And so a lot of times, a lot of the guys would stop the traffic and let the police officer catch up.
Yeah, once the police stopped, then somebody else would pull out and let
And then
them
they'd
stop.
catch up, but not everybody was watching their mirrors to where when the cop came up, he'd hit his lights, hit his siren a couple times, and you guys are supposed to get over to the right.
So he can go past.
Yeah, because it's only one lane going each way, and you don't want to kill the cop. And it was really good. It was a great ride. And
Oh, wow. Bruce Nelson says triple digits in Minnesota starting Saturday through the week.
So I don't know what we're going to do. We may end up getting there a lot faster than we think we're going to do. We may do our 3 stops and drive the rest of the way straight through.
Spider 82 says he lives 20 miles in South Alton. Is that in Illinois? Or South Alton here? Because we were in Alton. I don't know. I wouldn't ride more than a few hours for a rally. No state law for bathrooms. Anyway, see you in Sturgis. They must live out here, Spider 82. Mike says we got the best live chats. Deb
know they were
says
that
she's
good.
about an hour and 5 minutes from Poor People's Pub. How far away are you from Hart's Turkey Farm? We know where that is, or Hart's Turkey Restaurant, whatever it is.
How far, what is she now? How far away?
She said an hour and 5 minutes from Poor People's Pub. I don't know where that's at. That's why I said.
But if it's, like where we're at now, we're about an hour away from Main Street,
Yeah.
or Lake Street,
Where's
whatever it's
Beach?
called. Yeah.
Brian
jump right on the
says,
93.
I saw Moto Giant camping off Iron Mountain Road last week off of a view, with a view of Rushmore from his camp. Wow, that would be great. I saw Moto Giant camping off Iron Mountain Road.
So is he just doing boondocking or dry camping? He just put his tent up someplace? Because I don't think there's any campgrounds. There could be.
Happy Father's Day to you too, Rap Pink. He says,
yeah, it's
Happy
coming up
Father's
Sunday.
Day to everybody, yeah. Can I get free fries with this chat? Oh, they charge you for everything around here. I got Road King and no gauges. Oh, Bruce, clock. You didn't need to retire. You're retired. You don't need a clock. I know. There, Neil's on. Neil made it. And I'm way behind on my chat, so you gotta be quiet a minute. Oh, Rap Pink gave us $10. Bob and Tam rule. Oh, I can't do that, can I? I can't put it up.
No.
Okay, now I lost where I was. And I said Rod King was on, I think. I saw him, but I don't know if I said his name. They're saying, hi Neil, hi Rep Pink, hi May.
Well, they say hi to
Ellen.
those. You don't have to say nothing.
All the video editing is a lot of work, and you two do an excellent job, David said. Neil says he's 61 in Alaska, almost too hot today. Got to go. It was 69, and I about died mowing the grass. 69 degrees, holy
Well,
cow.
because he's used to being below zero. 69 is like a heat wave for him. It's
Mike
like,
says he wants to ride to the Keys. We do too. Maybe if we all get down here at the same time, we can ride together.
well, we got
David
one of
says
our
it's hot, hot,
vendors
hot.
where he works is wanting to fix us up with a place to stay in the Keys if we do a commercial for him. So we were going to talk to him in Sturgis, but I don't know. We'll
You can
see.
be our roadie, Mike. There you go. We're undecided on going to Sturgis. You know we ride. Yeah, I know. Well, at least if you ride the motorcycle, it'll be cheaper in gas because I've heard now there's quite a few people, well, quite a few. I've heard of a few people that aren't going to go because of the gas prices.
But I mean, you look at this stuff, and I understand that.
90
But-
across is boring, boring, boring. You're not going to see much.
No, it's not. But we're not doing that. We're trying to get, we've got, you know, we're not riding the bike. We're pulling the trailer. So we're looking for the straightest way. When we stay on the 90, we can get the discounts through the truck stops. So that saves us, that's all about saving money. And try not to spend $3,000 to get me across the U.S. here, halfway across. And so we'll see how that all goes. And we got a few places to stop. But we only have, I think there's only 2 nights that we're actually in a place that has electricity. The rest of the time we're in parking lots.
You know, we're either like at Bass Pro Shop or Cracker Barrel. So yeah, if it's going to be 100 degrees, I don't know if
Gonna be
that's going to
tough.
work.
So I don't know what we're gonna do. It may end up being that we may be driving a lot longer. We may be doing 600-mile days and do our stops where we're at, and that would be the only places we stay. I mean, we might be able to get some of these places like Clockworks. Maybe they got electric they can give us enough to run our
Or
air
even
conditioner or
at,
something.
Matt doesn't
Yeah.
have electric, does he?
He's got in the garage. He does. I don't know if he'd let
Anyway,
us.
that's in Brandon,
Yeah.
South Dakota. James, I don't know if I'm going to say your name right, Gargulio, says you need to take Route 12 from Missoula, Montana to Lewiston, Idaho. It's a beautiful 171-mile road with twists and turns the entire way, right next to a beautiful river.
So one of the other places that we haven't really, we rode a little bit years ago, which was Arches Park down in Utah. There's a whole bunch, Zion, all of them are linked together. And you could almost, we went to St. George once and did Zion with Art, and but we really didn't, you almost need to spend like a week there and
Yeah.
do all those state parks and stuff.
were only
and-
there a weekend. We were
And
Memorial
there was
Day
a mountain
weekend.
goat up on top of this rock. How he got up there, I don't know. He was
Look
looking
at a
over the
mountain
house.
goat. They
No, but I mean,
climb-
it was straight up and
I
down. It was
know
like,
that. They climb those.
I don't know how he, it was like this.
I
How
know.
that goat went up a straight hill, I don't know.
You've never seen the mountain goat.
Not go up a straight hill. I've seen him walk up a cliff before, but I've never seen him.
Devin Mike's son.
If this is 1,000 feet, I want to see that goat go up and slide this cup.
I'll have to find your video
All right, find me a video.
of a mountain goat going up the side of a mountain.
And they do. When there's ledges, they walk on that ledge, which I've seen that. But these aren't, there was no ledge. It was bigger at the
Maybe
top.
he came
and
around
small.
from the other side.
Maybe jump from another one. I don't know. He's like those deer,
Mule deer.
mule deer. He was hopping up there from one.
They're very graceful. I can't believe an animal that huge is that
She's
graceful.
talking about the deer.
The mule deer. Neil says, I see a projected heat index for all next week for the Midwest states, extreme high temperatures for the next
Because I
10
didn't even think
days.
about going farther south, but once again, it probably
Right,
cost
we-
us $5,000 to do that. So it's
My son-
like,
So Deb said about an hour from where we are, an hour in Warren or an hour from Lincoln. I'll have to look up where the people.
yeah, she'll look and see where it's at. But the idea is we need to get, usually what we need to be is about 15 to 20 minutes from the action that's going on. Because because we don't want to drive
Steven's on.
that distance, especially in these kinds of woods and stuff. You know, there's a lot of people we know just in Sturgis that have died from hitting animals, or they swerved and a truck hit them, or whatever it was because of animals.
It wasn't
And-
the animal that killed him, it was them swerving that killed
Yeah.
him from hitting the.
And
from
well, I don't know
trying to
about
avoid the
Susie's,
animal.
how she died.
I don't know either.
But they hit an animal too. He lived and she died. So I don't know if
So
they.
Debbie, do we have your contact information? Email me at contactus@bobandtams.com and I'll send you our information. I can't put it up here.
But it
'cause-
also looks at what gas is. If gas next year, and they're
Well,
talking
she's the one
now.
that lives here in Laconia.
I know, but there's still. I'm just saying that it may not be feasible for us to even come back at all. And as I said, if gas gets to be $6-7 a gallon, there's no way. Even if we were in Florida or Myrtle Beach, it wouldn't be. We couldn't justify coming up here, even if it was free. Because, like I say, once again, it's free now too. We're not paying anything. He's given us. We've got 20 amp. We could probably run the air. We haven't tried it yet, but we can run the. We've been running a little heater.
So anyway, we can let you know what we're doing tomorrow because I don't really know for sure what we're doing tomorrow. Eric Road King said that goat must have been an alien. And Ryder X said, any update on the logo? No, I haven't called my daughter yet. So as soon as
I thought did you tell her what? I thought you called her that night. Oh.
I did call her that night, but it was before we talked to Ryder X. Because I don't know who I was on the phone with, but anyway, when he called. Yes, Neil, we are stopping in Mitchell because we're going to go to Clockworks. So we're staying one night there in Mitchell. We're the only one left. We ran everybody out.
Well, there's only 5 people in there to start
I
with.
know, but we were kind of loud.
don't
Anyway, Neil said most of you hit the thumbs up. We need another 8 to hit it now. There's 63 on. 66 on there, it
It's
says.
pretty good. I can't believe we're actually do better in the afternoons. I gotta give up on Sundays.
We had over 100 on Sundays. Couple
Not,
Sundays.
yeah, but I mean not at one time. So, and this is the middle of the
I know
afternoon.
you guys
too.
want to get this done before Sturgis. I know. I'll call her tonight. Because I can call her later because they're California time.
Yeah.
Please make sure you hit that thumbs up, Mike says. So,
So we're going to look at a lot of different things. We've got some more instructional videos that we've got lined up to do. I've got a couple AirShock one that I've got to edit yet. I've got my engine one, doing the engine there. You can actually do it. Actually, it was pretty easy. You could have done it yourself. You could get these tools. Maybe AutoZone rents them.
yes, his bike's done. Now he's just got to take it to the dyno guy, Mike. Mike wanted to know if Ryder X got his bike. He
Yep.
just said earlier he did. He got his bike. It's all done. I guess he's picking it up tomorrow, and then he's got to take it to the dyno guy. And then he'll be able to ride for Father's Day. How about
Yeah,
that?
he's thinking about
That'll be
Sturgis
your
now.
Father's
Once he
Day
rides that bike around, if it's running good, he's probably going to want to come to Sturgis. He was looking at, because we're going to talk about that. We're going to do a video. She's got to make a few more phone calls to see who's got what available yet, the big places. And Kathmandu, I don't know if they got anything available. We called him the other day, he never called you back, did
Ryder X said who?
he? Kathmandu never called you back.
No, he never did. Mike. Ryder X said, could you remind me how to ride a motorcycle? It's been so long, he thinks he forgot.
Probably. It's like a
What's it been
bicycle.
almost? Oh, Buck's on, Buck Reynolds, how about
There
that?
you go.
Bruce said there's road construction on parts of the I-90 mountain, 10-foot width only, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
We're 8.5 feet wide.
Yeah. And we've been through some
Oh, yeah,
white
when you
knuckle
go,
places.
you go through the 10,
Or the 40, both of them. There's spots
same
that
place. They've been working on it for the last 4
they've
years.
got, the concrete barricades up on both sides.
And they're
it's
on the
like,
white. They're over the white line.
That's a butt pucker. That's what our friend Sherry calls it. She's like, I can't write those. She just got a
Motorhome.
50-foot motorhome, and she pulls a Jeep behind it, and she's like,
I never drove anything big before. Drove a Volkswagen.
get an electric truck.
They wouldn't be able to pull the trailer.
Did you hear that a lot of those charging stations are down now
They
because
said a third of them.
they're having problems with them.
Wait till they figure out what we're going to do with all these lithium batteries when they all wear out. They'll be buried in your backyard someplace.
I don't know. 1 down and 5 up, Steven says. Guess I could always practice with Mrs. Rider X before riding mine. There you go. How's the weather been? The weather's actually been great, Deb.
It's cooling off now. It was yesterday. We were up in
Tomorrow's
almost
supposed
a
to be
high,
high
almost
of
a high.
48.
No, Saturday.
Oh.
Tomorrow is supposed to be like in the high 60s. So I
And
don't know what's
today's
coming
been
through.
really funny, but the weather's been great.
Well, then it tells
Thank
you
God.
on the thing. It'll say it's only supposed to be 71 today, and then it gets to be like 84. And yesterday was like that too. Today it said it was like only going to be 60, and it's 74 or something, 75 when we were riding it today. So it's like I don't know where.
79 in Lincoln, it says.
Yeah. So I have no idea who is putting these weather numbers down.
It's those meteorologists, they're always
have
right
no
on the
idea.
button. Aren't they?
So as I said, this is what they're predicting for Friday and Saturday here, that the weather's going to really change. It's going to be pretty much
there.
raining off and on Friday and Saturday, and temperatures dropping. So I don't know what we're going to do. So tomorrow morning, my plan is to go out to the outlet mall and see the vintage bikes leave, if it's not raining. And then we're planning on being back here sometime after noon and move the trailer over to this campground right down the street. That way we have electric, and if it rains, his road's easy to get washed out. So when I get out of there and be all hooked up, we can dump our tanks and all that kind of stuff and be ready
We
to
took
go.
a picture for you, Stephen. Where did we take that picture and it said murder? It was
It's on the back of in my phone.
Oh, it was. We have a picture to send you, Stephen. It says
in my
Murder
phone.
Beach is hot, hot, hot. Outlet malls, is that still a thing? There's a few. When we were in the Poconos, we were right across the street from one.
Actually, all the stores were full.
And usually
There was
most
people
of them.
there shopping. Well, see, in tourist area, you get that. It's the regular malls nobody's at. Like when we were out there in, Leesburg. That poor mall there had like 3 stores in it where they had the bikini contest, or bikini.
Yeah.
But you never even seen that. I didn't even put that up. But awesome documentary and
Right.
Prime Cut Pro. They put up their footage of it, and I'm like, it wasn't really worth putting it up.
If you're stopping
It was
by
more the
Campground,
guys
take a picture
acted
of the
up more
Corn
than the
Palace,
girls.
3 miles down the road. And Indian excavations there are huge. Cables on the left side as you exit and come off. All right, I wanted to see it, just to say we saw it. The Corn Palace when we're in Mitchell. And we're moving because we've been here for like 14 days and we haven't dumped. And when we leave here, we're going to be boondocking all the way across.
Until
So,
we stop at the one.
so we figured if we
campground.
went there for a few days, we'd be able to dump, I'd be able to do laundry
Yeah.
and get all that done. Clean up the trailer because it
Get close
smells
to-
and looks like a dog
Get close
inside.
to, that way we gotta put some new, fill the tank, no, we won't fill the water tank, but put about half a tank in it, and start chucking across. But like I say, it depends on, if it's gonna end up being really, really hot over there, we're probably gonna go, we're driving a lot more. A lot of things will have to be brought quicker to do.
I mean, we could probably stay in the Indiana where we've got a campground and then drive the truck over to, and stay there a couple days and drive the truck over to Rush, come back and then leave from there, because then the next time we're going to has
Is
a
that a
campground
1,000
too.
trail? What is that?
It's 1,000 trails. But I had a 3-day, and then that's where we're gonna see my friend, and she didn't come down, so I made it 1 day. But we could probably stay there for a couple days. Not in Alaska. Weather people eat potatoes too. I don't know.
So, but I mean, it was nice. I'm glad that we came here.
Deb wanted to know if we got to ride the Kangamangas. I said you don't want to hear.
Have you rode it?
Yes, Deb and Mike, they're the ones
you love
that
it?
said yes, they do.
I didn't love it, but it was all right. It's just another road. It'd be no different than riding down the 90.
It's better than that.
Well, it's got trees and stuff on it. I mean, we're not hikers either. So if you're a hiker, like the guy we're staying with right now, him and his wife love the hike and they love that road. Well, yeah, there's probably 100 places that have pull-offs that you can go hiking. Well, we're not hikers. Never have been, never will be. I walk no more than I have to. That's my whole life has been that way. I was a meter reader for a while, and all I could do is look down at the ground, because if I looked at how far I had to walk, I couldn't do it. And I used to walk. I walked like 8 miles a day. I was in the best shape I've ever been in my life.
Yeah, he was. He had
This is
lost
when I
a lot
was
of
in my
weight.
40s,
Yep.
and because I walked all the time. But I don't like to walk.
Then you
And she
rode the
can't
wrong
walk
mountain.
anymore.
You didn't do the King of Mangas. He
Yeah.
didn't do it all the way around. It's nothing like the 90.
Not much difference.
We went.
It wasn't.
Up
Well,
to
tell her
93.
the road
Okay.
that I said that I liked.
He liked
You should know that's at.
Bear Notch and Crawford Notch. Those two. when
That's
we
what
came
I
down.
was expecting. This Cucamonga, crazy, road to be,
Ingamongas.
whatever. That's what I thought this road was going to be like. That's what I was expecting. And then when I got on it, it was more or less just it should have been the 3. It was more of a highway than a country. I was thinking more of like a country or a mountain road. That's what I was thinking. That it was going to have a lot more windy curves. Oh, it's got that one
Is it
switchback
90
there.
the
There.
straight road?
Pretty close. This wasn't too. There wasn't a whole lot of curves in this either. It wasn't.
I don't know if we did 100% of it.
Well, we did.
We
We
did
came
from
in-
the very beginning, and then we went up the 93 to the 3, and then down.
So we went from Lincoln all the way over to. Let me go get the map, and we'll show. We did. There's just a small section that we didn't do here, going towards Maine, because I'm like, we've already been over that way. We're not going to go anymore.
And we didn't go up to Mount Washington either, because they charge to get up there, and you wouldn't pay to go up. So we didn't get to go up it. So that's my life. I'm a little confused. I don't think we went around the whole thing. Because we went, do you know where Bear Notch is? Because that was probably the neatest part of the ride. And then I liked when we came down, I think it was called Crawford Notch. And because we went up the 93, went over to the 3, and went to the 302. And I think right after we went up to see the cog thing. Right past that is where you went down this Crawford Notch. That was really pretty. I like that a lot. And then we went down through Bartlett. That's where we ate in the crazy people's deli, the 2 older people. And then we went, and then it said King of Mungus that way. That's where we went down Bear Notch, got to the King of Mungus, and then from the Bear Notch back to Lincoln that's the part we took. And it was a little sweepy roads, and then when we went down the mountain, so we came from the opposite way back to Lincoln on the King of Mungus. And so we came down the mountain. So I think that was a better ride anyway. And there was one hairpin turn, and I don't know, he wasn't that impressed with it. And we didn't get to go up, like I said, when everybody told us. I guess we stopped at the visitor center here in Lincoln before we left to go on the ride. And when they told them it cost to go up there, it was $75 to go up on that cog per person. And then it was going to be almost $45 for us to go up on the bike, because it was like $30-something for the bike and then $14 per passenger. Because we saw another couple and they went in a car, and it was almost $50-something for them, because it was per car and then per passenger. So it was crazy. I'll get some more tea, and then you can talk about which roads you took. Do you need any more?
All right. So let me get my little map here, because we used the one that the state gave us. So here's what we did. Let me look on here and see where we're at. We were down here in Warren, and so we drove all the way up this road to Lincoln, got on this road, went all the way to here, up this little windy road, and all the way up here and around. That's what we did today. This road here was a whole lot better than this road. This road wasn't too bad. I actually, going up the, where's Lincoln at here again? Here. Going up this way was kind of nice. The 93, now that was a pretty nice, to me, that was about, actually the view was a lot better. You seen all the mountains and all that stuff here going up this 93. Every time you could get off on the 3, we got off on the 3 and went up that way. Went up the 3. Where's the 3 at? Oh, 3 is here. So we went up this way. That's how we came. So we came from Warren right here. So we drove up this road, which is, I think it's the 18, the 118. So we rode up this 118 and came all the way into Lincoln. So there's Lincoln. Then we went up the 93, jumped back on the 3, which is this little red line. There it is. Nope. Where's the little red line at? I can't see it on here. Can't see it on the phone. So I went up to the 3. It's right here. It's where that circle was at. So yeah, so we went up here to the 3, came up the 3. I still can't see the red line on there. It's right here. There it is. So we went up the 3 to here, and then we caught whatever that is, the 210 or whatever it is, and we came back down and came down to here, and that town was Barrett or something. Yeah, Bartett. So at Bartett, that's where we ate at. And then we rode this great little road here. This was a really good little road right here. She told you the name of it, but I can't see it. So that was a fun road. I like that. Then we came out here on this road here, Cucamonga, whatever it's called, and we turned here and went this way. Went all the way down, and now we're back in Lincoln. So that's what we drove with this road. So now if this little section down here, that would have took you over here towards Maine, if that would have been better than this, I don't believe it. And so we didn't get to ride on this little section. But if I was coming up from Laconia, I'm assuming you're all coming up the 93. That's because there's really not, when you look at it, there's really not, I guess there's a road that runs parallel with the 90. It looks like the 115 goes up there. So, other than that, there's not really much roads to take you up to this road. So unless you're coming out here and going up through Plymouth and coming up, which is the way we just did. So unless you're coming one of these 2 roads here, we didn't ride on those, and we didn't ride on the one over here. So I don't know what I missed. That was going to make it so much better.
There you go.
Because if this middle part ain't worth the crap, why did they highlight it? Why didn't they say, go here and do this part over here, and then come over here another day and do this side? Why did I want to ride clear across this freaking mountain to see nothing?
Do you know what I think is another really good ride that nobody said nothing about? It's called Sawyer Road or Sawyer Mountain Road. Anyway, it's the 118, and it's from right where we're staying down here to Lincoln.
What's that one that we drove? You said we're probably going to have to pull the trailer on it?
That was a 25.
That's actually a pretty good ride for a
But
motorcycle.
that's the 25 going
away.
west.
Yeah, that's a really neat little road. And we drove the truck on it
Yeah.
the first time. So we're going to pull the trailer down. It's all downhill, so it shouldn't be too bad. It wasn't too awful curvy, but it would be just a nice ride. Not something I'd say, I gotta go do this. It's like here, even the ride that we're staying with, out of all the rides, it's like the loop. The Laconia side of the loop, it sucks. There's nothing there. Half the time you can't even see the freaking water. You really want to ride the other side, but you want to do it, which luckily we did it the right way. Somebody told us after we had rode it, you need to go clockwise. We went clockwise, so it did turn out pretty good. We've seen a lot of water. You see some of those shots in the video the other day, and it was nice. It wasn't challenging, but it was nice. Well, that and all these little towns drop the speed limits down to 25 or 30 miles an hour, and they only want you to drive 40 on the highway. Well, it's even
We
like
didn't
this
do that part. The
Cucamonga road. There's times they wanted you to ride 40 there on the highway, 50.
Pangamungus.
Whatever. Cucamonga.
He was a chief out here. He was an Indian chief.
I'm proud of him. He's probably dead now.
He is. Right, Rex says you must not have did the exciting part. And Blackleaf says Sawyer River Road is a great ride. That's right where we're at. I thought that was a neat ride coming down.
Like I say, it's great views here. Like I say, I told you were out there. I said, actually, going up that 93 with all the mountains and seeing them, that was actually a nice scenic ride. It wasn't challenging, but we got off on the 3, and it wasn't bad. But that's why I said, the 3 is not even marked on this map saying that it's a good ride. To me, this 3 was a hell of a lot better than this goofball road out here. Oh, if you want to stop and see the scenic views. Well, one, we pulled off a scenic view, and what'd you see? A bunch of freaking trees in the way.
Well, that wasn't on.
It said scenic view.
I know, but we pulled over and it's like, there's a bunch of trees there.
Well, one, you're on a
nothing.
cliff like this, and you park right here. So it's like, okay, on this side I can't see nothing. Across the road, there's freaking trees right here. I can't see. It's like that one where we were at that one time. We went on that one. They freaking needed to trim the trees. Where was that at?
That was in the Poconos.
Yeah,
So
it's a scenic view.
So we drove up, and it was like trees all around.
Yeah,
you
pull
couldn't
right
see
where
nothing.
you can see where you should look. Like you can kind of see the little bit of mountains, but the trees had all grown up. They were new parts. And it's like somebody from the city or the state needs to go over there and cut their freaking trees down or take the sign down and scenic view.
Because it wasn't a scenic view of a bunch of trees.
Some branches, some leaves. It's good for the people that's coming from the
Couldn't
desert.
see the forest for the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So,
Deb says, "Oh, sorry, I asked." I know
Well,
you don't
I
want to
showed you
know.
all that.
You don't.
I mean, it was all right. You know,
SJS is
I
on.
did like to do the 3, and we went there, and it was nice to stop. We didn't get to stop at the hotel. I would have liked to have done that. If I would have known Cucamonga wasn't much, we probably would have went to that hotel. What was that called?
Mount Washington Resort.
Yeah, that looked like, and Rod that we're staying with said we should check that out, and it did. It looked like a really neat.
He
it
went there
actually,
for his 25th
It
wedding
actually
anniversary.
looked like that hotel that's down there in
Oh, yeah.
San Diego, where they made all the movies and stuff at. What's that called?
I can see it, but I can't think of the name of
That's
it.
a neat hotel too, but not as big as this place was. And it is. It was all neat because there's the mountain in the background. And there's a bunch of resorts down there out here that would be really neat. Like we went in the one. Was that one that had the train in front of it? We just stopped at Crone or something. K-R-O-N-E.
No, it was Loon. L-O-O-N. It was loony
And,
like a bit.
that it was closed, but it had a big old giant train out front and said that here in the I forget whenever they were building the railroad
Mountains.
that they hauled over 1 billion tons of lumber, trees down the mountain, and in 19 I don't remember the years. I see it in the video.
David said, just cut to the chase. There's nothing like the Black Hills in Sturgis.
That's right. I tell people that all the time. The back hills is the best riding, but nobody said, wait till you go to Laconia. You're gonna, no, it's just as good if it's not better. And like I say, we went, well now,
It's very
after we
pretty
did
up
the loop, people said that, you know, the loop's just kind of like the loop. It's not really anything. Well, if you'd have said that, I would have wasted my time going around this stupid ass thing. It was 2.5, 3
We
hour
had to eat
ride.
ice cream.
Could have had ice cream right down the street from where we're at. We haven't even had it there. In Warren, there's an
Moose
ice cream
tracks.
shop.
Moose tracks.
So we haven't even ate ice cream there yet. So I mean, it was neat to see the water and stuff. But I mean, we've seen water. Like last year, we got to do up in Reno. We got to go around Lake Tahoe. I'd never gone around the California side, and it was actually an excellent ride. It wasn't a Sturgis ride, but it was a great ride. Actually, one of the places you were going up this road, if you fell off one side, you fell off a cliff. The other side, you fell into the water. It was so skinny. She was like puckering up her butt there getting on that one.
This is the butt pucker,
Yeah.
according to Sherry. We've seen water before.
What?
Oh, Ryder X says LMAO. We've seen water before.
So,
Anyway, that's the story of the day, and we've been on an hour and a half.
holy smokes. And, we got a video coming out tonight. I switched back tonight. After I found out Adam did it. Oh, is Raider X still on?
Yeah, Ryder X.
The reason Adam's video did so well is he's giving that drone away. That's what got him going. And we're looking at a new drone. Maybe we'll have a new drone before Sturgis, and I'll give away my Mini. That's like an $800 value with the batteries and all that. It is.
I know, but you don't always have to one-up everybody.
I'm not. I'm just saying, but if I got it, well, I was going
I
to
know.
sell it, and they've got new models since
Probably
then.
couldn't get what
Well, I
you
agree,
paid
yeah.
for it.
No, I definitely couldn't get what I paid
I
for
know.
it. So maybe I'll give it away as a raffle. Maybe we'll do. Well, that would get our Sturgis videos going. That would be good. Because we usually do better in Sturgis. One, because we put out so many freaking videos in a row. And everybody's interested in Sturgis. And there might be a lot of people this year might watch that decided at the last minute they don't want to go. You know, what am I missing? So,
Where are we staying at where, David? He asked where we're staying at.
in Sturgis?
I
all
don't
over.
know. He just did say, where are you staying?
During the rally, we're at Kathmandu.
Yeah.
Right pre-rally, we're going to be at the Buffalo Chip. Before that, we're going to be out
Rapid City.
in Rapid City and what's that one called?
Well, we're gonna be at the Moose for quite a while because the other guy didn't want to cooperate with us.
Well, who we stay? We're staying with right before the rally. We stay at the Coast to Coast Campground. What's that called?
Rushmore Shadows.
Yeah, we're gonna be there. That's a really nice campground. But we never try to get in there during the rally because it's too far. Same thing. It's kind of far away, right?
They said we could do an aerial battle, our drone versus Adam's drone.
Adam's a great guy. But I mean, it was, I couldn't think of why the other day. I missed it. I watched the beginning of that video and he told me he was going to give his drone away. But he really built it. He did a great job of building up the video for giving away his drone. I think he's got like 500 or 600 comments. He mentioned it. I watched the video the other day. Maybe it was yesterday's. And he was saying how he had so many, he was up, he's going to kill himself. He's up to like 2:30, 3 o'clock every morning at night, editing his videos, getting all that, and then he gets up again, and he's, you see him out there at 9 o'clock, he's
working
outside again, and he works. I say, he's going to kill himself, especially Sturgis. You're going to, I don't know how he's doing that.
Well, he's got Chip and Joey.
Yeah, but I mean, he's still up. He's not going back. I don't think he's taking any naps during the day.
I doubt it, no.
So that's a long time. It's like I said, the rallies, it gets like that. If we like Sturgis, we've been up till like 1:30, and then we're up again at 7 or 8 o'clock the next morning. And after a week of that, takes a lot on you.
Ryder X, did you get a hold of Doug? Ryder X says he's coming to Sturgis. He's going to sleep under our trailer.
You could probably bring a tent, and he'd probably let you put a tent in my spot. Can't use it. Well, they got bathrooms and stuff there.
Yeah.
We're right across from the
The
Johnny on
dog
the
will
spot.
bite. No, Charlie doesn't bite. He is a very
Well, we don't have any
passive
beds
dog.
anymore. We took all the beds out of our trailer. We took out
Yeah.
our Happy Jack bed and the beds in the back. So
Yeah.
the table's the only thing that could fold down to bed, and we're not. My equipment's on that
That's
the whole.
his-
That's my equipment's on there the whole time during the rally. 2 computers and all the other crap that's sitting on there. And
9mm James
Mr.
says
Buddy
you work
sometimes
hard.
he's
Lug nuts on, and Charlie is a love dog. Yes, he is. He's a lover, not a fighter.
Everybody's friend.
Oh, you should see him when he sees Rod, who we're staying with. Because I guess he hears me take Charlie out in the morning, and Charlie's smelling all the animals that was out and about. And then he'll walk up his driveway because we're staying in the cul-de-sac, and he'll say, "Where's that killer dog?" And Charlie looks, and he just like beelines it over there for him. And he was the same way with Sam when we were in Daytona.
Yeah, anybody that pets him more than once is his long lost friend. And so yes, he loves attention.
Yeah.
And he won't leave you alone. But he's a smelling dog too. He smells. Our daughter got him like that, smelling deodorant and stuff and everything else. Well, he smells everything else between your legs, between your.
Well, no, he does it. He'll come up to you while
He
you're
won't do it
petting
to
him
me.
because your hand's out, and he lifts your arm up so he gets to smell your deodorant. Then he rubs all over you. He loves any kind of smells, like good old.
But our daughter did that to him.
Yes, thank you very much. Like he likes underarm deodorant. Yes, he does. He did it to Deb too. Everybody knows Charlie knows he likes deodorant.
Or perfume, or anything like that. Anything that's got a smell.
Yeah. David says, because if we come, we'll be early and we can't stay awake. So probably if you come early, more than likely we'll be in Rapid City.
Well, it depends. If by the 1st of August we're going to be at the Buffalo Chip.
Chip.
So like the 20, I think is there 29 days in July?
There's 31 days in July.
Because it seemed like the couple days we were going to be there was going to be before the rally started. He ended up saying we could probably get in that early.
Yeah,
I think
we
it's the
can.
20. I think it's the 29th we're going to be at the Chip already.
Let me
We have
see.
to hide Charlie.
Yeah,
He's
because
not
dogs
supposed to
aren't
be there.
allowed.
Well, once the rally
We're
starts.
leaving the Chip on the 4th, and we're getting to the Chip. Nope, we gotta move that up. Buffalo Chip, on the 29th. So the
Told you,
29th of July to the 4th
Of August.
of August.
We'll be
We'll
at.
be at the Buffalo Chip. And
Unless
prior
they,
to
chase,
that,
unless they chase us out because of Charlie.
no,
and
because he
then-
said, when I talked to Corey, he said, or Cody, he said, the spot he's gonna give us, the person's coming down on the 5th, so we have to be out by the 5th. So we'll be there till the 4th, and the 5th we'll move over to Kathmandu, unless we move over the day before
Yeah.
because of rain or whatever.
Yeah. Kathmandu, we can actually, he invited us over. He's not open either. He doesn't do pre-rally, which is kind of weird. He only does actually rally, but he told us if we need to come in for the pre-rally, we could do that. But the Buffalo Chip was kind of butthurt that we didn't go back there this year. And they wanted to do whatever it took to get us to come back, and I wouldn't do that to Kathmandu. So that's why we're talking to the Buffalo Chip when we get there about doing 2023. So we're probably, if all goes well, we're going to be at the Buffalo Chip in 2023. But what we're doing there, we can give you a sneak preview. So Ryder X always wants to know what's going on. We're looking to see if the Buffalo Chip will give us full access to everything. Everything. Which he's kind of said it before, but Now I'm looking to do on-stage stuff, and I got to get his permission to do that. If he does, then we're going to broadcast live, not live, but is every day we're going to put a video out of everything that goes on at the Buffalo Chip during Bike Week. So it will be, or during the rally, whatever they want to call it. People get butthurt when I say one's called Bike Week, Bike Fest, Rally. They're all freaking rallies. I don't care if you call it Bike Week, whatever you call it. It's a freaking
Going
rally.
to a motorcycle event, if you want to be
there you
politically
go.
correct.
And somebody got in there with me going the other day, went back and forth and said, well, if you go to Daytona and tell them it's a rally, they get all pissed off at you. I said, well, probably I've sat there and talked to them, and I probably called it a rally, and I called it Bike Week. So, oh no, I think he said Sturgis would get mad if you called it a bike week when they call it a rally. And I'm like, we talk to the city all the time, and I have never had anybody, other than every now and then somebody says something about it. It's a rally, or it's a bike week. We go to you go to 15 different events and keep track of what they call them. Well, it's like Daytona. They call Bike Week Daytona for the spring Bike Week, and then they call it Biketoberfest. And what the freaking change? It's freaking rally. Who cares if it's Biketoberfest? It's not even a Biketoberfest anyway. You think you'd have like straw? Well, you'd think you'd have straw bales out there and some pumpkins. Wouldn't you think? That what you think if you went to a Biketoberfest? She's all decorative thing. She could decorate it all up to make it look like Biketoberfest, couldn't you? Wouldn't you like that?
Yes, I would.
There you go. So
Getting all worked up
so
over
their
some
name.
little
Well,
bitty
it's about names. That's why I don't care.
Say the
what
name
hell.
of this road.
Cucamonga. Boring. That's a boring road.
Stop. Rider X, we're going to go see Dakota Digital Gauges on June 28th. That's when we're going to go see them.
Or it could be, those days aren't locked in, just like the day at...
Clockworks is
none of them are
29th.
locked in. She's got one appointment that we've got to make on the way. But other than that, we don't have any set time with them. We all told them that we'd give them a day or two notice of when we're going to show up. So they'll be all set for us.
Porta potty poles. The Rapping says there was a town called me named Stark, and they called it Stark Fest. It was a great little rally. They had porta potty poles. Someone sits on the potty while getting pulled on a bike. They did
We've
that
seen that
at
at a couple places we've been.
Myrtle Beach down at Merle's Inlet at SBB.
Yeah, they
doesn't
haven't
the
done
chip
that.
have
They've also
ad
done them. I
back
think
like
they've
we
done it
can
out
too?
there
Yeah.
at the what's that? The Rat Hole Bar. I think they do that too out there. That port. Someplace else we were
Rain's
at.
on.
We don't really film biker games because they drag out. Galveston does it. They do it right down there on the main drag. They were doing the weenie bite and all that, and it's like, I don't know.
He
It's.
doesn't like the weenie bite.
I just think the games are just stupid, and well, they drag
doesn't
on.
like to
well,
play
they
games.
drag on so long. It's like when they do the slow races. You know, if
That-
I
I don't
film,
like
if
that.
I filmed the slow races, it'd be like a 5-hour video you'd be watching. Okay, and I didn't even make it to the end. So now we gotta wait for the next group to come out, and here they come again.
Well, they're twisting and turning and
after
falling over.
10 of them do that. Now we're gonna have the ones that didn't win.
Beat number
They're
one.
gonna come back out and try again. They get to win. They did that hog thing. It's like, holy crap! It's like,
Well, then we stayed because we thought, okay, after they finish the slow races, they're going to do something else. No, they started the slow races all over again.
well, they went back and let all the people that didn't win a chance to come back in. Then we find out that they have carnies. That if you ever been to the Rat Hole there in Myrtle Beach, there's these trailers that are out there at the end of the track. That's their carny people that actually do the games. So it's not even bikers doing it. And then the one guy's got a mini bike, and that ain't fair. You're riding around a freaking mini bike, and with guys on a
the
regular
name of the game
motorcycle.
is really Test Bob's Patience.
No, I just walk away. I was like, screw this. I ain't filming none of this crap. I think we showed like that. I think that video that year, you probably seen 20 seconds of that bike race. Probably
And
not
we were
even-
there probably
10
2
seconds.
hours.
Because it's like, hello. Well, then the cowboy guy, he's like, oh, I got to get in costume and all this stuff. And he says, because we didn't show up the day we said we were going to be there. He was all butthurt. So we're like, okay, we'll come back tomorrow on Friday. I'll be ready. Guy puts a hat on,
And a belt buckle.
butt buckle, and some cowboy boots. I thought he was going to look like the Lone Ranger or Tonto or somebody. I'm like, that's why I say the Rat Hole is a rat hole. We didn't even go back this year. We were going to go over there and just kind of
We
look around,
were.
but a lot of people, Mexi Philly don't even go over there anymore. He said it's a
House
rat
Bike
hole.
Week. That's what they should call Myrtle Beach, is Pancake House Bike Week. There's, oh my
What was
gosh,
the other thing that they had? Oh, miniature golf.
a ton of those, a lot of ice cream places.
See, that's what they should have done, is we should have had a miniature golf competition. That you go to each one of these little courses, and the people with the best score at the end would have a championship at the most challenging course that they have out there, like that pirate one or the one with the dolphin on it or whatever the hell it was. Wouldn't that be exciting to
There's
film?
a bunch of them. Or the,
Or we
The
could end it.
t-shirt
Here's
one.
how we could end it up. The winners of that would then go to the Grand Prix Raceway, and we would race the golf carts, the carts that look like Indy cars.
Yeah.
The one with the best time gets a free ice cream.
except you got to get the t-shirts in there too somewhere along the line.
So there you go.
City Park games,
We'll,
where we
we'll
threw
get
in.
Steven to
a
work
couple
on the
of
city there to
speed
get that done for us. We'll add that to our itinerary next year.
bumps. Mini adventure bikes on putt-putt golf course.
Actually, it was better for Adam Sandoval at his campground. He had mini bike races
Oh, yeah,
at
that
least.
was fun.
And that was pretty good, except for someone really wiped out. They got pretty serious in it. They wanted
that
me to
one
get in
girl
it.
did,
And
too.
Adam kept going, you need to get in it, you need to get in it. I'm like, we got a lot of rallies to go to. I can't afford to have broken bones. And
Well, and then they had somebody
Adam didn't
flying
even, I don't
bones.
think Adam was even in the race.
And the one drone hit the guy in the head as he's driving his mini bike.
Adam pays these girls to do a lot of his editing. When he's on the road, I think he does a lot of it himself. But when he's at the campground and stuff, these girls do a lot of it. Or he goes to different events. I don't know who's doing the video, his stuff now for this.
Well, you gotta have somebody else, because when he's riding his bike, there's, somebody's filming him
Oh, yeah.
alongside of him and behind him, in front of him. So there's gotta be somebody else filming all that.
Yeah.
He's not doing all that. Greg and Gwen says, can't wait for Greg to get home tonight so we can watch this again with him. He's gonna love the description of the favorite restaurant in the slow races. They said you're their favorite.
We're getting to get more people. We're actually getting a few more subscribers. We've been passing some cards out. And I know a lot of people that were here probably won't watch it till they get home, which is fine. So it'd be great to hit 20,000. We're 17.6 or something now. We're not that far away.
Getting closer every day. We're like that clog. One thing.
Well, that's what they said about this train is, which is stupid why they even have wheels on it. You see these little wheels going like 1,000,000 miles an hour, and then the clog's going clunk, clunk. So
Well, I thought
why
that
is the
was.
wheel?
I thought they were trying to stop it. I thought the wheels were going
I don't know
backwards.
what the wheels is even on there for. You think the wheels are moving with the train. So I don't know. I have to zoom in on the picture and see what it looks like. I can't tell if they burn coal in those things or if it
Well,
was
the one,
black.
the steam one,
I guess I gotta
because
use
they had two.
Because it was, I got a picture of the black smoke coming out. So either it was oil, it smelled kind of like coal burning. I can't believe they're getting away with that up here on the East Coast.
Anyway, they said that they had two. They had one that was not electric, but I don't know what they said. And then the other one was, I think it was coal. It had to be coal, because that's the one that had like a steam engine, like all the smoke was coming out. Because we saw three of them come down. We got there just at the right time. So the one steam engine was coming down, and then the other two that weren't steam came down. So we got to see three. And you'll get to see that on a video whenever he puts the video together. And it's freezing in here all of a sudden. Man, they must have turned up the air. Boy. Steven says, billboard signs here say, come on vacation and don't leave on probation. I know, it's crazy. But as long as you stay out of trouble, I guess you can go home without being on probation. He's not coming back. He's over there talking to people. So I should just wrap it up now because we've been on an hour and 40 minutes. But anyway, what we did today is we did one of the rides. We went around Washington Mountain, but we didn't go up it because it cost to go up it. He wasn't going to go up it. We got to see the clog, and what else did we do? Double secret probation. What was that on? I remember that. Oh, Animal House. That's what it was. That was one of my favorite movies. Anyway, so what did we do? We went up, came down the Kingamungus, went through Bear Notch and Crawford Notch, saw the clog or cog. I think it's just C-O-G, the cog. I always put L in it. Did all that. And so those people said, you're pretty entertaining over there. So now he's telling them all what he's talking about. I don't know. Guess what I am now? I don't know, Rat Pink. Oh, I can cook a steak outside with no gas, and it's hot. You're in Florida. Oh, they used to, in the town we're from, there's a little town with donkeys are, the Burros. It's called Oatman, and I think it's July 4th every year, they have fry an egg on the pavement, and everybody gets to bring their egg, and whatever they're going to fry their egg in, and then whoever gets their egg cooked first wins. So we've never been to it, but I always hear about it. I get it. Oh. Only thing better for Bob than a chat rat is a live person rat. Ryder Rex knows about that. he's had several of those, and probably Steven has too. It's crazy. His attention span is done. I know. Now he's over there talking to these guys that ride bikes, so I think they're firefighters. What? See, he's even making subscribers on here.
I thought we were doing a show. I was over here watching you.
So we put on a show wherever we go, I guess. That makes it like in your room. You can hear him anywhere, I tell you. If I lose him in Home Depot or something, I just have to listen for him. He's talking to somebody. Oh. You need a fill-in, Bob. Where are you at, Ryder Rex? I need a fill-in. I don't know. I don't have anybody here. Just those three guys over there. They don't know. They've never seen us before, so they wouldn't know how to imitate him. Anyway, when he comes back, bye, David. Thanks for coming on. And I guess we probably won't see you this trip unless we see you up in Sturgis. So if you go, let us know where you're going to stay at when you get up into Sturgis. This program was recorded in front of a live audience. Yes, it was. Oh. So, anyway, after here, I guess we're going to head out to Sturgis is where we're going to go. Going to take a slow drive, well, it might be a fast drive now, across the 90 to get out to Sturgis. I'm just going back over there. He's talking about the Kingamongas. I should go there. I'll turn it around so you can see him. He's over there telling him about the ride today.
We're staying over in Warren and the 25 there.
Oh my gosh, crazy. And I have to live with that 24/7. I get no breaks. Dave's not here. Where's he at? Was he on there? That's Dave Wilmot. It's not Dave's Not Here Man. Let me tell you about it. It sure did suck. I don't know. To think that the man never talked for years, probably, we've been married, what, 43 years? I've known him for 45 years. Probably the first, close to 30 years. I'd say at least 25. He hardly said, he said 25 words a week. That was a miracle. He just never talked. And now I can't shut him up. Our youngest daughter was like that. She didn't say a word till she was like 5, and then he couldn't shut her up after that. Guess that's where she got it from. I don't know. How long before they like, yeah, wow, yeah, wow. They're shaking their heads. Dave's not here? Well, there's a guy that comes on that says, what is it? Is it Dave not here? I don't know. Somebody comes on that says that. They have nothing to do with him because he's mispronunciation. He just said the road out here. I don't think he said the name of the road. Oh, I remember when I used to call it Daytona Bike Week. That's what they call it, isn't it? Bike Week in Daytona, and then in the fall they call it Biketoberfest. Because I think Thunder Beach is just Thunder Beach for spring and fall. And then Myrtle Beach, Stephen, what do they call it? Cruising the Coast, I think, is the spring rally, and then in the fall they call it something different too. So I don't know. Old Cheech and Chong bit, yeah. That was Your Ear, My Eye. That was an old Cheech and Chong thing too on their one of their records. Or Who's on First? Abbott and Costello. I wasn't looking at this. His face is so red, and I don't know why. The sun really hasn't been out that much. Mine's not near as red as his. Yeah, I guess because he's in the front of the bike. Maybe he's shading me the whole time. I don't know. Oh, man, Dave, man. I don't know. So anyway, Red Pink says great stuff. So what are you all doing to stay cool? Because I hear it's hotter than heck every place else but here. And then the temperature's dropping here. Too much pop. Well, we have been drinking more soda than tea because they don't believe in tea up here at all. We can't even find it at Walmart. We buy the big jugs of it. Not unsweet tea you can't buy up here. They've got the sweet tea, but not unsweet tea. And another big thing up here in the Northeast is iced coffee. The guy that we're staying with, Rod.
Take your phone away, take a picture, and give them stickers.
Why are they some of our subscribers?
He already watches us.
Oh, they already know him. He's still talking to him.
You want to know what we're talking about? He said too, this isn't the best riding in the country. So, I'm not the
Not
only
just
guy.
you?
No, it's not just me. He said, no, don't come all the way up here
They
just
won't
to
have any
ride.
idea
He said,
what
well, he's a local. So he said, he could take me on some great rides around here, which I said, we have been on some good rides, but not something, like he said, it's not Iron Mountain. It's not, it's not everything that everybody made it sound like this was going to be. I think, now I don't know yet, my thought about Maggie Valley, which is in North Carolina, that's going to be some pretty good riding. But I mean, we were in well, actually my second best riding is actually Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue in Arkansas. That's got some excellent riding better than here. Now, it's not as long a rides, but they've got a lot of really good, they got some miniature versions of Iron Mountain and Needles Highway, and which was really good. But the bad thing out there at night is it gets pitch black, and you can't see nothing. That's why I figured I had to get a new headlight for my bike, because you couldn't see nothing. At night, because you go around the turn, you have to slow down because you couldn't see the road. So right now, that's still my second best riding that I've had at a rally. It's Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue in whatever town that's in. She'll have to tell you. We almost flipped the trailer over getting in there because of the jackknives. It was on the highway. They had two jackknives right after each other. And I couldn't get the turn. I couldn't. If there would have been somebody in the other lane, we would have ran over them. I would have hit them with the trailer making the turn. And it didn't even tell you that they were coming up. It was a highway. It wasn't like if Iron Mountain was a road that tells you low clearances, thin, wide. So, but it was interesting coming up here. We might come back someday. One of our subscribers we met yesterday, he gave us a card. He's lived here his life. He knows the police chief. He knows the mayor. He knows all these people in the area. He'd get us all interviews for next year. He would have done it this year if we would have. He should have called me. And so we got his card now. So if we come back, it'd be neat to come back for the 100th. But I mean, it'd be crazy. That's why we'd want to be really, really close. And with the channel, we just can't, unless something really drastically happens, and I'm not going to hold my breath for it. We thought last year we'd leave Sturgis with 25,000, and here we are with 17,000. And like here, the views really aren't that good. I did a lot better, which is sad. We did better in Daytona and Myrtle Beach than what we're doing here for videos. So it may be nobody wants us to watch the riding videos, which we don't normally do. So that's a test here to see how that turns out. Because if it doesn't turn out real well, then Sturgis will still do the riding ones that I want to do there, because I know those roads really well, and we can talk a lot more about them, and give you more info, and talk about the restaurants and the different places to eat on the rides and all that stuff. So I'll do it there still, but then after that, if it doesn't, we're going to dump the rides. Nobody seems to want to watch them. Maybe we'll just put them on Patreon. Get the Patreon channel going better. So I don't do a lot on Patreon because I only have like two guys, that actually watch videos on there. The rest of them, I think, just want to be nice and give us money, which I appreciate that. Thank you. And so we put some pictures up there, and Last place didn't have any wet t-shirt content. Well, they did, and we missed it. We didn't. We should have talked to the bar. We'll have a bunch of stuff for Sturgis, though. And because we're going to hit all the bars and get all the wet t-shirts there. And so we'll have a bunch of stuff after Sturgis.
She wants to take a picture of us. Well, here, I guess just.
Famous people.
Famous people.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
You guys take care.
Safe travels.
All right, you too.
So now we've even met subscribers in McDonald's.
Imagine that.
Well, it's just neat to find. Same thing when we were in California. We were at a restaurant and somebody pea soup place, and
Anderson's pea soup.
it was like, "Hey, I know you." Well, she thought they were going to talk
Well, I
about the
was
soup.
eating the pea soup, you know, and he comes by and he's like, and I was gonna say best pea soup around, and he's like, Bob and Tam, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I put my don't mess with me while I'm eating my soup.
Yeah, and so
Anyway, you've been on almost 2 hours now.
holy Jennifer Duper's Batman.
Hour and 50
You've been
minutes.
yakking too long.
I don't even, oh my goodness, I put my phone away. I don't even know if we got any more comments.
And we did. I seen them pop up. So she'll look at the comments,
I'm
and then we'll
totally-
end it up here in a minute.
Fine. Oh, there we are.
So, I mean, it's neat. I like to go to all these rallies. Well, I told them, actually, the second best riding I've had is Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue.
I
What
would've
town is
said
that?
That's in Rogers or Eureka Springs.
Eureka Springs is the best. Eureka Springs has got most of the good riding. Rogers is okay, but I mean, their bad thing was we were only there for
It's
3 or 4
getting
days.
back and forth between the two
We
of
were
them.
only through, what happened to what happened to the
thumbs up,
trailer
Neil
almost?
says. Oh, it almost flipped over.
Two
'cause-
jackknives
And then
on a
Google,
highway.
Google told us to go up this
to a
little
subdivision. I thought I was gonna pull power lines down. I was like, screw it, we'll just get moving fast. If they fly off, we'll just keep moving. We didn't hit them.
No, we didn't. I don't know how.
They're probably inches.
Mohawk Mike's on.
There you go.
Blakey's on. Hey, Blake. I'm back till Doc calls me. Mohawk Mike, 91 here, but I'm freezing to death. Our thermostat's on 73. I have to get a space heater. He always keeps it hotter than cooler. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, Neil says. Sister Mary Elephant was my teacher. Was you talking about teachers? I don't know. Neil says anything over 60 and he sweats to death.
You have humidity up there in Alaska?
I don't know. Do
I
they?
don't know. That's what
I
just
would
asked.
say it's on the west coast, so I wouldn't think so. Bob needs to do some riding bits. We've been doing that.
We've got, this will be 3 after today that we've done. We did the loop, which kind of
Needs
sucked.
Mike's on the helmet
We
so we
did,
can hear the dialogue between you.
I don't know.
Good luck, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Right, you too.
You too.
And so that's kind of neat.
Bruce,
And,
Bruce says he loves Eureka Springs. Stoga Sean says, hello, you guys look great in those light and dark colors with black old school. I don't know, I guess he's got dark and I got light on. I don't know.
got my Peppy Hole shirt.
Dollywood,
Happy Hole.
SJS says. That's writing videos we need to see.
Which ones?
I don't know.
Well, people just have to watch them, you know, and that's why I said it's
Radio.
right now we don't. If I looked at this rally now, I wouldn't come back based on the views that I've gotten so far, because we had videos coming
It's
all
just
the way up
because
to
of the
this.
views, not because of the rides.
And so I don't know. But see, Ryder X says that when you Google us, it's just us and Adams, the only 2 people coming up with any videos far here. Maybe people just aren't interested in this rally. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. People, it's like Sturgis. Everybody knows about the Sturgis rally. There's nobody that doesn't know about Sturgis. Now, this year, Daytona took off. Last year, Daytona kind of sucked. It was okay, but it was
Year
Myrtle
ago.
Beach is what took off. This year, Myrtle Beach did pretty good. Not as good as Daytona did. Daytona was a leader for us this year. And we're losing connection there.
It
for a
says we're
second.
live.
So Daytona is the best rally we've done so far this year. Panama City sucked. Leesburg sucked, which Leesburg wasn't that long. It's only 3 or 4 days. And that's why we don't like to do small rallies, because they don't, you know, everybody wants us to show up to your local rally, but we can't. It just, what we have to
heard
look,
him.
what we have to look at on these things is we have to make it feasible for us to cover our costs. See, this year I thought we was going to do good. We had Daytona set up. We got 2 places in Daytona we can stay at now. We got the, we had this for free to stay. We have the Buffalo Chip. We got a bunch of campgrounds now fighting over us, so that's kind of neat. It's exciting that people actually want us there.
So the only 2 places we thought we were gonna have to pay for was gonna be Myrtle Beach and Panama City.
Yeah.
And
we
everything
knew
else was paid
both of
for.
those were around $500. So
Thought
we
we were
thought,
gonna be
you know,
good.
for $1,000, you know, we thought that'd be great. Well, who would have ever dreamed gas would be $6 a gallon? You know, and considering when we first started this, it was $1.78. You know, I wasn't okay. I wasn't really okay, but I mean, when we came across, it was $3.50 a gallon. That wasn't quite so bad, but I mean, we're almost double that now. So this is 3 times what we were paying, almost 4 times what we were paying
Yeah, it was like
when we first
$1.
started this in 2020. So yeah, it's and that's why I said you don't see a lot of other YouTubers coming to all these different rallies anymore. I was actually, which I don't know if Prime Cut's here or not. I don't think
have
they
to
can. I thought he
text
said
him.
they were going to come up, but we're not
They
hanging
might
out at
just
the
come up for
bars.
this next weekend.
They
'cause
normally
usually
only come.
up for
Yeah,
the
they probably
weekend.
wouldn't even, if they're talking rain, he's not probably going to come up anyway. But I mean, there's really not. They don't. Like over at Bentley's, they've got the contest. You'll see it today's video. Yeah, tonight's video. The girlfriend of Bentley.
Lisa.
They're having a contest. They're gonna give $1,000 away.
For Pinup Girl
Yeah,
contest.
and that'd be really neat. But it's Saturday. But you know, it's 100 miles for us to ride over there, and so it's 4 hours.
And then on these
Round
little
trip.
roads, you're not doing 60,
Well, you get
70 miles
dropped
an
down.
hour.
They got all these 40-mile-an-hour speed limits here. And so it kind of sucks that you can't really pick up. And then it's going to be Saturday because everybody and their brother's going to be riding around here on Saturday in cars. And because we were talking about going over there to the
Little bit.
beach in Maine and check that out. And then Rod that we're staying with, he says, "Oh, good. If you would have went, it wouldn't have been so bad now. But you don't, on Maine, you don't want to be nowhere near that one on the weekends because it's everybody and their mama and their brothers and their sisters are all out there running around, and their friend next door's in the car with them too. No, they're all driving their own cars.
Yeah.
And so it's just, so we were going to do it, but it was like another 20 minutes over and back. Plus, it was already 4:30, and then it's a 2-hour drive back. And like I say, we didn't want to get back in the dark, and she wanted to stop on the way back to stretch a little bit. And so,
I know getting there because we didn't stop at all. Oh my gosh, my legs were killing me by the time we got there. Auburndale, Maine, this is where we went. And it was almost right on the coast, but
yeah.
anyway.
So I would like to have gone over there because we just never been on the coast that high up. So it'd been nice to kind of take a quick look, but it looks like it's a lot like Florida and stuff that you can only go to certain areas to see the beach. And that was the closest area. You couldn't go straight out. There was nothing there. It was like a.
So we were here, and the coast was like right here, but
Yeah,
you either had to go
it
this
probably
way,
wasn't even
or you
5
had to
miles
go this
away.
way to
Yeah.
get to it. There was no road to get to it straight on.
So Rod was listening to our thing the other day, and he's like, this morning he said, "Good thing you didn't go over there." He said, "That's usually a big tourist area there. It gets really crowded." You
So
guys-
Mike wanted to know if we get to deduct any of our expenses.
Yes. So because we make money on this. So yes, I pay taxes. So I'm like any YouTubers like
No
this.
gummies.
You're all self-employed. So you have to pay the higher taxes. You got to pay for your Social Security and all that kind of crap. So yes, we had income this year because we have retirement money coming in that I have. And she has a little bit of money coming in, and we had to pay taxes on that. And then with the YouTube, it comes up. So then, yes, I take off. We probably should take a lot more off than we do because actually, we did 15,000 miles in the truck last year at these rallies, and we only took off the 10,000, which was actually the mileage to each rally spot. But like here, every time we've been in the truck, we've gone someplace for our business.
Yeah.
This is a business.
Yeah.
And so actually, every mile we drive is used for this. Because it's like we're not just going, we ran a couple times down here, we ran over there, it was all stuff for the channel. We
Yep.
went to the dealership before it opened and took the truck, and we drove over there to Vermont
Vermont.
and drove the truck over there. So that's all.
That's 100 miles. It was 50 miles there, 50 miles
so we
back.
get so that all should be counted. So, but you don't want to do too much because IRS looks at YouTube is a hobby. Now we're probably one of the only, well, I'm not going to say we're the only ones. We got people that we know that have YouTube channels that are full-time in this. Where you look at some of these other YouTubers that are out here, other than Prime Cut Pro, and I don't know if the Awesome Documentary, if he's full-time or not. But it's like Adam. Adam Amzo is not full-time a YouTuber. He's got his other business. He's also, so he's got a bunch of, because even his AMSOIL business is
He's
not
already
a
got
full-time
deductions.
business. It's because he doesn't only do it at rallies, and then he does some work at home, and then
He's
he's
got
got
a
his
garage
trucking
work.
stuff too that he does. So he's got a bunch of part-time jobs that make a lot of full-time time that he's spending. So it's not his. So with us, it's almost you can't, because that's why I always say if somebody would say, well, you're having so much fun out here. I said, yeah, but if I didn't have this YouTube
that's
channel,
right.
we would not be at 90% of these rallies. We'd never be at. We definitely, yes, we've been to Sturgis before. We've been to some stuff in Arizona. We've been to some stuff in California, Nevada, but we've never gone any farther than that. We've talked about it, but if I wouldn't have had a YouTube channel, I would have never have done any of this. Would have never seen any of this. We just never would have experienced this. And is it neat? Yeah, it's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of expense too. So it's that's what we're going to look at next year. Is this the way we want to keep going? Do we? I know we're not going to do the rallies just like this year. We didn't do the rallies this year that we did last year. We did 15. We're not going down to the fall. We're actually considering calling the Destination Daytona and see if they want to give us a bike to ride during the rally, and we would fly in and do it all.
I don't know if we
But
can afford
now
that.
airline tickets that we're hearing, they're jumping 40 to 45%. So maybe it would cost me just as much to fly in as it would to drive in.
Not as much time
Yeah.
now.
So yeah, we wouldn't spend as much time on the road and just do Daytona and that's it. We'd go into Daytona, fly in, cover all that, cover mostly down there at Destination Daytona, and then fly home and try to get her to put us up in one of her hotel rooms. And but now I'm thinking.
He's wishful thinking there.
Well, I mean, she was very helpful this year.
I know.
Anything I asked for,
so
she was like, yeah. So
Bruce
it's like,
says all you need to do is say Sturgis. Never, you don't even need to say rally or bike week after
I
it.
know. But see something. But
And
there's
then-
also a Sturgis, Michigan. I think it is.
Well, there's
That way, if you type Sturgis in, it always wants to send you to Michigan, not to
and there's
South
a Sturgis,
Dakota.
Kentucky too.
Yeah.
Anyway, they call that Little Sturgis because
Yeah.
they do a rally there, but it's clothing optional.
Yeah, it's pretty much a new one.
Bruce also wants to know how the camper's doing, any problems, and if so, do you have finding a hassle to get it repaired? No, because he does all the
I
repairs.
fixed pretty much everything that's on the trailer. There's some work we're gonna have done when we get back. I have a 100-gallon water tank, and it's plastic, and it's held in with aluminum straps. And when I don't put 100 gallons when we travel because it's just too much weight and it bows down. Well, it's a bunch of we don't belong. One of our Facebook groups is an ATC group page, and what some of these guys have done is taken some triangle aluminum and put it all on the bottom strip and have it all welded on. Then that way your tank doesn't bulge at the bottom. I feel a lot better with that. The gas tank, of course, is metal. And then we have two, a black and a gray, and both of those are 46 gallons. So we have a lot of storage on the trailer. So normally I don't.
We got some new struts for the awning
Yeah,
because
so I gotta
they're
put those on because the awning won't stay up anymore. We had it tilted down. One of the places we stayed
it's
tilted-
wimpy.
stayed down too long, and I think it must have pushed the gas out of the shocks. So two new struts for those, and we'll change them somewhere along here. I thought we was gonna do it here, and then I could have Rod help me do it. They said two people could do it. One person could do it by themselves, do one on each side. They said two people would be ideal. So I don't know if we'll try that before, or maybe I'll wait till I get to Matt's place and have him help me do it.
Oh, yeah. Mike says Little Sturgis, Kentucky is a hillbilly Glencoe.
Well, probably a little wilder than Glencoe, though. But see, it's like that. I can't really film anything there. And some places, it's like Glencoe. Glencoe gets crazy about, well, the owners don't even want us in there filming at all. It's like, well, screw you then. You know, and they actually live out there by where we live in Arizona.
They won't talk to us out in Arizona either. So it was
Well,
that
they had it
tight.
all set up and wasted a whole day, and I don't think I ever did really put a video up. So it's like, we'll probably go in there someday and film some stuff. We got a lot of friends that are in there. But once again, you got to pay $25 just to go in there.
Mrs. Thackeray's in there, AS Pipes is in there, and so is Tony and Judy, our
Yeah.
friends.
So there's a lot of people in there that we know that's in there, and that's great. But it's just that the people that own it just don't want anything to do with cameras.
They don't want to
or-
publicize, I guess.
Yeah, they're probably afraid that if it got to be that, you know, some of the crazy stuff that goes out there got public, that it would.
Well, they have their own Facebook page too, and they put some pretty risque pictures up on that, so. Anyway, we've been on for over 2 hours.
Did you answer all your questions?
Yep, I think I'm
No
done.
more?
Rat Pink says, they do stuff there that you won't see in prison. Glencoe? That's pretty wild. Anyway,
So it's we'll see how the weekend's gonna go. If it's gonna be rainy, I don't know what we're gonna do for videos. I might just recop some of the stuff we've already filmed. We got
Well,
a
we
few
can
more
take
things.
the truck down
We've
and
got,
see some.
But I mean, if it's raining, there's not gonna be much of anybody else down there either. Probably. It's 48 degrees. I don't know how many of anybody that came from the south ain't gonna be probably riding around up here in 48 degrees with rain. And might be a lot of people might leave early too. But I mean,
A lot of people aren't
'cause they
coming
said
for the weekend.
Typically, that's what when we talked to the guy at the Broken Spoke. That's high octane now. One of the the security guard guy that's the gate. He works there all the time, and he lives in town. He said typically Thursday night is when the next big crowd comes in here, and then
That's
they're
just
here for
tomorrow
the
night,
weekend.
huh?
So
Today's
yeah.
Wednesday?
So I don't know if people will put this off. I think these people over here might know who we are
Why?
because they keep looking over here.
Oh, I don't
So,
know.
you got anything else that they say?
Rep Bing says, quick question, and then he
There you
doesn't
go.
write anything. I mean,
No,
so I
no,
gotta put
there's
glasses
3
on.
things on there.
Glencoe, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. You don't need to know.
And we've talked about Glencoe. You can go back and watch Glencoe. We had Tony on.
Oh,
and he
Ryder
told us.
X. What's the quick question, Ryder X?
So we'll answer it and we'll be done.
He must be typing. There he is. If I'm coming to Sturgis primarily for riding, is Rapid City a good place to
Yes,
stay?
that's the best place to stay. Because you're right there by Custer State Park, you're over there by Iron Horse, you're by Needles. If you want to go out and see Badlands, you're already 25 miles closer to that. You're really close to Custer's. There's a lot of really great riding at that end. You can also loop around the back of that and come back through Deadwood and all that, and you could see a little bit of Sturgis. But if you don't want anything to do with the Buffalo Chip, or you don't want nothing to do with Full Throttle, then yes, that's a better place to be. So yes, Rapid City would be. We stayed there, and it wasn't the first time we went out there. The second time we went out there when we went with Art.
Yeah.
It was a great place. We had a lot of fun there. We did a lot of riding. We went in Sturgis a few days. Never stayed at night. But Art doesn't drink, and we never really hung out at night in Sturgis. We don't hang out anywhere at night before we did this, except for New Orleans. So, you want to ask what you're doing now?
Well, I'm looking for the weather. There it is. Jeez, I don't know why that keeps deleting. I can't keep it up.
You're in the
So
wrong temperature there. It's not
that's
90
Washington, D.C.
here. You
I
can
don't
go
know why.
follow me, top one.
Because somebody asked, they said rain. Like, I don't know if this
When I
is
looked this
coming this
morning, there
way.
was a storm coming, but I didn't. No, don't turn your Wi-Fi on. You're not going to get anything. We'll have to
I
wait
guess
until we get
not.
back later.
Well, when he looked this morning, it said it was supposed to rain
Start
most
raining
of
on
the day
Friday.
and
Thursday
all day
it was
Saturday.
supposed to start raining Thursday afternoon. And they were off and on showers on Friday, and then it looked like the temperature, and raining Saturday, and the temperature was going to drop to 48 as the high. So we'll go ahead and leave you right here. Do your thing.
So thanks for coming out today and hanging out with us. Hope you enjoyed the show. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications, and we'll see you on the next video.
So we'll see how this live goes. This one should hit like 5,000 if I was such an entertaining person. Share with all your friends and say, hey, watch this nut guy.
There you go.
Maybe they'll start watching our channel. We'll
Love
leave it
it.
at that.
They said,
Bye.
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 Hit the button.
Didn't know they were still writing.
Oh, well, I can't see because I'm down here.